Mute up. Welcome to Tuber Chat. Whether you're working on your first 1,000, 2,000, or even 10,000 subscribers and beyond, you've come to the right place. We're going to introduce you to some of the most influential content creators that can help to get your channel moving beyond your first 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. The very first channel that we're looking at today is a longtime friend. She's been with us for well over 3 years now, I believe, and it's Canadian Family Life. Tiffany is the creator behind the channel, but her family gets involved. Her husband actually has a second channel as well. He's featured in the banner and on a lot of the thumbnails there. That's Chris. His channel's Chris's Creation Fun. We've seen it many times here, but I'll leave it to you to go find that. And then when we look at Canadian Family Life's channel, we're going to see a family from New Brunswick, and they bring a lot of homesteading type content. So there's cooking videos, there's grocery hauls, they have an impeccable indoor container garden, but they also take us for outdoor adventures. They do a lot of Happy Meal videos, shout outs for other creators. Tiffany's made a lot of friends over the last 3 years and a bit longer. She did a really spectacular job with Vlogmas and some different content for the channel. A lot of family togetherness there, and a lot of Christmas celebration, let's say. Sometimes they do challenges on the channel as well between husband and wife. Shorts on the channel feature up to 2,600, 2,800, even 5,600 views. A lot of outdoor content there. Some Canadian winter weather. We're experiencing that right now. And then live streams on the channel as well. So Tiffany's on every month or two for a live stream. She's been featured on dozens of other channels in StreamYard panels. And so therefore she's very familiar to a lot of people. So one of the reasons I think that this is one of the fastest growing channels we've seen in the Tuber Chat family, or the main reason, is because Tiffany seems to be everywhere all the time, out supporting other creators. I run into her constantly when I'm out trying to do the same thing between different premieres and live streams. So I hope everybody will connect with Canadian Family Life. She's one of the newest members of our moderator squad here in the Tuber Chat family. And I'd love for you to get some of her support coming back to you as well. Next up is Kokomo Joe 13 Johnson, another longtime friend. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here, everybody will be willing to connect. So please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description, you'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Well, Belt Loop 29 is obviously a hard worker. They gave up Valentine's Day for what might be a 16-hour work day, and then they're out for Valentine's Day. So hopefully everybody enjoyed their Friday. And we'll do some introductions here. I've got quite a few names on our wheel, and we always put members on the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Thank you again, the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph, for continuing your membership, and then Kokomo Joe 13 Johnson just re-added that again. He's been a member many times before, another longtime friend. He also dropped a super chat before we started. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we get back to spinning the wheel, so we'll do that in a moment. Mindfully Crocheted is doing the same thing, dropping a super chat right now. While those are unnecessary, they are very much appreciated, of course, and so we'll put Mindfully Crocheted up next, and we look at the wheel. We've got quite a few names on there. Members and moderators are always added as soon as we see them in the chat. So Scratch and PPA, Michael's Adventures, along with Just Jason Keto and more, and I am Betty J Gathers. They're all members and moderators here, as well as maybe the Stock Explorer might still be in the background listening. Corinne Pierce is a longtime dear friend. She's been with us from the beginning, another moderator, and then Crafty Witch 232 and Handicapped Travelers. They have a second channel. We'll look at both of those when we get them up on the screen. Butler Family Farm and Sybil Ellis have both been added to the wheel, and the Bud Files and Mel Run Things are also on there. Jesse Miller Unboxings and More was early in the door. My Life Sunny Side Up, it's good to see you. Jevin Richardson is a longtime friend. Stephanie 57 Journey and New Horizons Above and Beyond, it's good to see you both. Butler Family Farm sniped the stream boss position there, so that's with a super chat. And what I'm talking about is the video game life meter that you see there under my camera. Every super chat, membership, and highlighted milestone message knocks a little bit of life off of the stream boss. The last person to knock it out and take over gets some extra exposure for their channel, and Butler Family Farm has held that position many times before. And then yeah, thank you, Not Interceptor 01. I tried to fix it while we were in the background. I was streaming from another location the other day, so I unhooked my stream deck, and I have different webcams and microphones and stuff like that in two different places, so I often have those little glitches. I just have to remember not to say silly things while the mic is hot and we're on a break and stuff like that, but I should be pretty good for that. Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts, good to see you in the house. And John 123 Canada 42, I was on their live stream earlier today. Traveling Fools, good to have you in the house. Quite a busy beginning, so thank you, everybody. And I see Jazzy Marie Voice Fighting Cancer, good to see you in the house. Not sure if that's a brand new channel here today, so forgive me if I'm mistaken about that. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is here. Fairbrick Studios here for just about every stream as well. And then Zosimo Santos Jr., if I'm pronouncing that right, and please correct me if I'm wrong. And hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. And we'll get underway. Again, Kokomo Joe 13 Johnson dropped a super chat. We've got a couple more channels to look at for the same reason. Then we'll get around to spinning our wheel like we always do. But this is a longtime friend, and Kokomo 13 Johnson, he's been with us a couple of years now. And this creator brings us spiritual inspiration on their channel. He's got over 100 subscribers now, working on 110, and soon we'll be thinking about 200 for this channel. Hopefully we can push him a little bit farther towards that milestone. A lot of shorts on the channel, and he features his cousin, Big Dude 1234, who's with us very often as well. So it's great to see some in real life friends and family supporting each other in that way. They're featured on each other's channels. Up to over 500 views on these shorts videos as well, which is great. And then live streams on the channel as well. And when we look at these, it's been about a month, but Kokomo Joe 13 Johnson is frequently going live for a lot of Bible study and other spiritual inspiration. So hopefully everybody will connect with Kokomo Joe 13 Johnson. And like I said, they're a longtime friend, so I'd love for you to get their support coming back to you as well. Thank you again, my dear friend, for another super chat. Absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated. He's done that countless times before. And for the same reason, we're about to look at Mindfully Crocheted. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. In the chat, you see the channel Not Interceptor 01. That is the Gaming Ham. He's changed his name a few times on his channel, but we know him for a couple of years now. And then, yes, thank you very much for that. And what we're looking at right now, I put Create and Relate onto our wheel. I see Pretty Chocolate Girl is in the house. I caught them for a live stream. Was it this morning? I think it was yesterday. And they're another longtime friend. Now, I thought that Mindfully Crocheted was a channel we've seen before on the screen here, but I must be mistaken. So they've got well over 3,100 subscribers, which is great. They're already established, but also monetized, which is also great to see. Now, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but what I'm going to do is take one of your latest videos. It looks for a tip for the YouTube live redirect, if I'm not mistaken. I'm going to put that video into my watch later list, and what that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list. I will watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick, and then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here 3 times a week at least, and we mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So thank you again, Mindfully Crocheted, for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Butler Family Farm has also done that kind of thing countless times before, so they're up on the screen now. We'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And we're going to be here for another well over 2.5 hours today, so lots of time to put lots of channels on the screen. Butler Family Farm brings us 116 acres of homesteading and farming goodness, and they've got all kinds of different things to show us. They bring us into their home. They take us into the shop. Jerry might be doing some woodwork. They take us out on the farm. They might be making tools for their work. They might be looking after the land or the livestock, which includes bees as well as cattle, goats, donkeys, horses, llamas, chickens, cats, and dogs. So lots and lots and lots to see, as you can imagine. Now they've passed 51,000 subscribers. Jerry's let us know he's using the YouTube promotion system to really push the channel hard, and it's growing rapidly. But Jerry and Susan share the video and camera work on this channel, and they introduce us to a lot of other creators as well, because they do a lot of live streaming where they bring StreamYard panels up. I've joined them on their channel a couple of times. Or they might be introducing us to them, if that makes any sense, introducing themselves to us every Monday at just before 7 p.m. Eastern. So they're live every week consistently. And then they also head out hundreds of miles away to introduce us to more creators when they head out to different types of meetups that can have up to 80 channels worth of creators and supporters. and that's usually in the Ozarks or other places that they travel to visit some friends, which is great to see, if that makes any sense. And then hopefully everybody will connect with Butler Family Farm. They've got some shorts over here that have worked as well, getting into 10,000, 12,000 views, one over 52,000, which is still getting views, which is great to see. They've got some baby goats on that channel. We've been talking about that for a while. A few people I noticed have been watching their videos and commenting about them, which is great to see. But there's a lot to see on their channel. Like I said, they're bringing us homesteading content. They could be woodworking, they could be cooking, they could be building tools or looking after livestock and all kinds of other things. 116 acres is an interesting amount of property to look after. So hopefully everybody will connect with our stream boss, Butler Family Farm, and thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. We'll get back to spinning the wheel now, and we'll see who's coming up next. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention TuberChat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I hope I remember to get this name right. You go Chalacha. Good to see you in the house. And Create and Relate, who's coming up right now, might be going live soon, they're saying, which is great to see. And one of the things a lot of us talk about when we think about the idea of live streaming for anybody who wants to do it but hasn't done it yet is that you can hop in on other people's StreamYard panels. Lots of channels do open panels and people can hop in. Lots of creators here in the TuberChat family interview other YouTubers. Gives you a chance to have the experience of being live without having to worry about the technical details and things like that. But going live is easy stuff, to be honest with you. And once you've gone live a few times, you won't even remember the anxious feelings you have before ever going live, if that makes any sense. Lots of help too here in the TuberChat family. Lots of friends either use StreamYard or Restream or Streamlabs and all these other systems. So lots of help if you need technical ideas as well. So hopefully everybody is ready to connect, to create and relate. There's another creator who's been with us for probably every stream since finding us. They've been with us for many months now, and it's interesting because they mention the idea of creativity and a lot of the different things that they'll likely make, arts and crafts, do it yourself videos here, but they've actually done a lot of unboxings and product reviews lately, and I've caught a lot of these. They're making a t-shirt in the last couple of videos, which was interesting to see. So they're using some of the things that they unbox and review to make some of the things that we're going to be happy to see on the channel. Driving Daily, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at shorts on Create and Relate's channel, we see that these have gotten into almost 1,000 views, one of them over 1,300, which is great to see. And like I said, they're here with us just about every day. They're now over 190 or at 190 subscribers, very close to 200. We'd love to push them a little bit farther towards that exciting milestone as well. We'll spin the wheel and we'll see who's coming up next. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So for anybody who's here either for the first time or if you've only been here a couple of times before, I know it takes a little while to get the real hang of what we're doing here, but we've been at this for many years. My best suggestion that I can give, your best chance of success here in TuberChat, is always found in making the first move. Reaching out to other creators, a simple hello is enough to get a conversation started. Once you've got somebody's attention, you can connect with them in all the ways that we describe in our instructions. Those are in the description of every live stream and video, of course. When I talk about the idea of making the first move, a lot of the creators who've been here in the TuberChat family for either weeks or months or even years will not go to a brand new channel that they see in the chat right away. They'll be happy to say hello, hopefully welcome you, start a conversation, but they won't be chasing channels. And the reason why is because, like I said, we've all been at this for a long time. What we're really doing is not worrying about our subscriber numbers. We are worrying about making true friendships begin with creators, and then that is where our other numbers start to grow. And there's Lewis Acre Farm Karma, yes, talking about interviewing other creators. And Consume the Goodness just came in, and she did a wonderful shorts video yesterday. Scratch and PPA saw it before I did and mentioned it, thank goodness. But she, Consume the Goodness, has figured out where the word up greeting comes from. And hopefully everybody will check out that shorts video when you get to her channel. But I've got her on the wheel. She happens to be a member as well. Jazzy Marie Voice Fighting Cancer still in the house, which is great to see. Generali Ombongi, if I'm pronouncing that right. Looks like Kenya Yuki. And forgive me if I'm mispronouncing that. I would love for you to correct me so I can talk about your channel in the way you want it promoted. For anybody that if I mispronounce your channel name or make mistakes when I'm talking about your content, by all means, please don't be shy. Just reach out, let me know. I'm on Instagram all the time if it's something that could wait until after the stream, but I'll be happy to make sure that I'm getting things correct so that everybody, like I said, can have their channel promoted the way that they want it to be promoted, if that makes sense. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream is in the house, and Kid Wonder has been with me since long before Tuber Chat was even a thought. He was with me 5 years ago when we were first setting up Tuber Chat and doing some experiments as well. Let me get Kid Wonder onto the wheel. Also, Kid Wonder and Rosie. And what we're looking at right now is Crafty Witch 232. So this is an interesting mix of content, actually. It took me a moment to get a handle on exactly what they're doing here, because there's a mix of crochet and 3D printing. And unless you really take a good look at some of these thumbnails, I believe it's easy to be confused as to what's been 3D printed and what's been crocheted, especially when they mix these things together. You see that they're creating some really incredible things, and the shorts have done really well on this channel. 10,000, 13,000 already. You see a lot of the pop culture referenced in a lot of the things that they've made. They've got a live stream coming up, and that's going to be today, right after Tuber Chat, as a matter of fact. So I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll raid into Crafty Witch 232 right after Tuber Chat, and what I mean by that is we'll set the live redirect. So right after we're finished here, we'll be able to go over and see exactly what Crafty Witch 232 does. I've been in their live streams many times before. As a matter of fact, I just swapped playlists with them. They will be willing to do that. So anybody that wants to swap playlists can simply mention that in the chat. Others will reach out to you, I hope. Oh, and then thank you. Okay, Jazzy Marie Voice Fighting Cancer. Thank you so much. Yes, I should have recognized that then. But thank you for that. Diamond Art Queen, established 2020. Good to see you in the house. And hopefully I haven't missed any channels in the chat. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. I'll spin the wheel, and we'll see who's coming up next. And then, Not Interceptor 01, to my knowledge, there hasn't been any significant changes to YouTube monetization in a while. The last things that they did was include shorts into their own monetization system. And then, you know, we still have our 3,000 hours of watch time, 500 subscribers as a requirement, basically, to get into the YouTube Partner Program at the first level, and then you can unlock ad money when you get your 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 hours of watch time. Princess 6, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Michael's Adventures is coming up next. What we'll do right now is take a break for 3.5 minutes, and right before we do that, I'm going to play for you a clip from our interview series. These are clips from a series of videos that are now listed in a playlist and as a podcast. on our channel, the conversations go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. What I tried to do was ask the featured creators for their opinion without adding a lot of my own, because we hear from me every day, of course. And not all of them say the same things, which is really interesting, but they do have a couple of things in common. First of all, they've all been with us for well over 3 years now, and they've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers.
Don't forget the people who've got you there. Like, this is why I'm very open with coming on with Superchat, because I remember I only had, I think, about 2,000, 3,000 subscribers at the time.
Probably.
And I got involved in that group, and there's other groups as well. What you know, if you cast your bread across the waters, it will come back. You know, so always, and there's always somebody that I've engaged in on YouTube, totally different hobby, pastime.
Okay.
But we're linked by the ways. But they will know somebody that's scale modeling, and they will mention me to them.
Right.
So there's always that as well. You've got to look at it as when you're building your channel, always try to give back what you've taken out of it. So that's why if I'm home night, you know, in a weekend, and Tuber Chat, because I've got it notified, if he comes on, I will pop in, give him a super chat, and I make sure I get on that bloody wheel of crap that it is.
There you go. Yeah.
You know, and you know, and so that I've put back in, because remember, I was there as well. I was lowly. If you remember rightly, that one day when I cracked that, I think it was 20,000 subscribers, or was it 10,000 subscribers? Because you went up to 5,000, wasn't it? And I said to you, because I'm on 10,000, am I not allowed to be on your channel anymore?
That's right.
You had to change it, didn't you?
I had to change the intro. If somebody was to go back to the first episodes of Tuber Chat, you would hear me say something along the lines of up to 10,000 subscribers. But when Moz6510 models crossed the 10,000, I had to change the intro for the whole channel so that I could say, and beyond 10,000 subscribers. And now we're here. And you've doubled that number. You're still growing now, so
it's very slow growth. Because as I said, I've taken a month. I wanted to see what a month would do to my channel.
Yeah.
And I was getting 300 to 400 views an hour, down to 160 views an hour.
Right.
If I look now, I'm getting 30 views an hour. So even though, but I've done this on purpose. I wanted a break.
Yes.
I just wanted to step back. And now it's back in, and I'm going to start doing it all again now. So,
yeah, there's nothing wrong with the break when it's needed. What I have found is when we can get to a place of consistency, taking a week off, it seems to take about a month to get the momentum back, but it does come back.
Yeah, it does come back. But I needed the break. I really did. You know. And I think YouTube have cottoned on to this as well. You've seen a lot of burnout recently on YouTube.
I understand what you mean. Yeah.
Yeah, it is a burnout. Yeah, there's definitely that. But you know, we strive to be better, and that's what it can be.
Yeah,
definitely.
Improving over time.
Improvement is it, and also it's good. It's edifying for yourself. You know, it really does boost you up when you get a video that gets 10,000 views. It really does. Like, you know, it's great. But there's also the work and the time you put into it, so it's rewarding in that respect as well.
For sure. All right, we're just about back. I just want to show everybody something for a quick second here. Hopefully Crafty Witch 232 is still in the house. So there's a setting that you need to put on your YouTube channel if you can get to a browser. I'm not even sure this can be done with a phone. I don't use the phone as much as everybody might think. I'm always on a computer. But there's a setting here when you want to use redirects, right? The true YouTube live redirect, which we refer to as a raid. And so there's a couple of settings here. You can say all channels are allowed to redirect to my content. You might not want to put that on. I have not yet on YouTube witnessed a hate raid or a troll raid, but they can happen. Raiding is a term that we take from Twitch as a big platform that has had this available for a long time. But you can put a check mark that says channels I subscribe to can redirect to my content. If you don't, you get a different message when you try to redirect to somebody's content. Forgive me, I lost it now. But you get a message that pops up that says you can't redirect to this content. Please reach out to the creator. So it's just a thought. But Crafty Witch 232, it's up to you if you want to put that on. But I can redirect to your channel if you do. If not, we'll just do a regular. I'll drop the links and stuff like that. But it's always best because if people have their autoplay enabled on their YouTube channels or on their while they're watching YouTube, what'll happen is they'll go directly over from Superchat right into yours. It's a great way to give other people a head start. If you've already got a bit of an audience and you're finishing a premiere or a live stream, you can send a few of those people. Usually I find anywhere from a third to a half of the people go in there. So if you got 30 people, you give somebody else 10 to 15 people to get started, which is great. String is in the house. Slim Jim Longfoot is here. Thank you for coming in. Yes, and thank you Crystal Sparkle for the mention of the 800 episodes that we passed a little while ago. And then yeah, Jesse Miller, we have to be careful what we wish for, but it would be fun for a second. Yes, for sure. It'd be fun to watch on another channel. Something like that. And I haven't seen it yet. I've only heard about it. I'll tell you a story just for a quick second, but I know somebody on YouTube, not part of the Superchat family, and something happened that was kind of unfortunate, and it's almost amusing at the same time, though. This creator had a small channel. They usually have a small audience of 10 to 20 people in their live streams. They've been at it for a long time. And they just talk about whatever comes up and this and that. But the person running the channel happens to be a heavy sports fan for a specific team. And what happened is somebody else on YouTube, who's a huge YouTuber with what I don't remember, what might have been millions of subscribers, had an explosive live stream going. They just happened to be another sports fan of the same exact team. So they were like, hey, I got to find somebody to raid. And they just searched on YouTube and raided like this random channel who happens to be a friend of mine. And what happened is hundreds of people started coming into this guy's live stream. But the moderators thought it was all like a troll, like robots, and started banning everybody. So unfortunately, they didn't get the benefit of having all these new subscribers the way they might have. But that's something that can really happen. But raiding is a lot of fun. We do it here as often as we can. We've done it for many channels. And like I said, it's a great thing to use to help others. Patrick Kuskoka Art, good to see you in the house. And Mountain 2 Sea Crew, good to have you here. Forgive me for not being certain if you might be here for the first time. And then thank you, Jazzy Marie. I really do appreciate those kind words. M&T Living It has been here frequently again. I think I just set a video of yours to share out for tomorrow or sometime soon. Oh, yes, Consume the Goodness is asking, the views in their YouTube studio are higher than their actual page. So YouTube's numbers, whenever we're looking at the analytics, no matter what they are, could be views, could be thumbs up, could be watch hours and everything else, usually don't settle for 72 hours. And what that means is that there could be views that are counted and then they get removed, or there could be fluctuations in the numbers. My guess is that what's happening is you're getting closer to real-time view counts in the YouTube studio. And then if we look at somebody's about page on their channel, like Michael's Adventures, for instance, has 200,000 views here, right? 217,591 right now. If he was to look in his YouTube studio in the all-time views for the channel, it might be slightly higher. Might be 218,000 or something like that. But after about 72 hours, it settles. What I would recommend for everybody, just so that you don't drive yourself bananas, because I promise you the numbers really can, is just to whatever the lowest number is when you're looking at two different things, just accept the lower number and be happy for any gravy that comes through if those numbers are inaccurate and you get a few extras, because it can really get to us thinking about these numbers, especially when it comes to watch hours. And hopefully I'm not missing anything in the chat. If I've missed anything anybody meant for me to see, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up. Enchanted Mystical Pages Arts and Crafts, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And for anybody that's brand new, hopefully you're feeling welcome. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Yeah, for the life of me, not Interceptor01, I can't remember if I've ever had a video on one of my channels removed. I don't think so. I think we've had a video removed on another channel, but I did get a guideline strike on one of mine for talking about something that YouTube didn't want talked about. It wasn't even me. I was just at a political rally and somebody was mentioning something. And, yeah, unfortunately, that's the way YouTube is, right? Delicious Eats and Tasty Treats. Good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And again, hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Michael's Adventures is a beloved and dedicated moderator here and has been from the beginning of Superchat. We've been here over 4.5 years now. And Michael's Adventures has over 4,000 videos during that time. He's putting out 1,000 videos a year on average here. And Michael's Adventures is going to feature nature and wildlife. There are a lot of raccoons, a lot of foxes, a lot of deer, opossums, a lot of bird watching on his channel as well. Sometimes he takes us outdoors for a walk or drive around his area and a story to be told along with that. Sometimes he's playing a slot game or a casino game on a phone or a tablet. When we look at shorts videos on his channel, we see some outdoor content here. That's some of the recent snow that's been falling, at least in the Northeast. We're getting some of that today, as a matter of fact. I'm on the Canadian side of the Niagara Falls border, and we're experiencing a storm again this weekend. Then, when we look at Michael's Adventures channel and we look at the shorts videos, we also see some of the more popular ones are lottery ticket scratching, which is a huge category and genre, and that slot game again on another phone or tablet. Michael's Adventures is monetized, lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. And he is, like all of our moderators here, one of the most supportive creators that I've met in my now 7 years on YouTube. TLUC, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. The Debbie Way Gaming, I think I waved hello to you in the chat. I don't mean to miss anybody. Fever Dream Animation is here. Greenland Quilter Katie is in the house. Lizzie Jean's Artistic Chaos is here. And M&T Living It just dropped a super chat as well. They've done that many times before, countless times actually. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. And what that means is we're going to look at their channel right after Lewis Acre Farm Karma. So just a few moments before that, we had another super chat come in, and Handicapped Travelers dropped it. They dropped it so that we will look at Lewis Acre Farm Karma's channel. So we'll do that in a moment. Sir Dank for Jesus is a second channel that's been set up by Handicapped Travelers where they bring us spiritual inspiration. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put that into my catch-up list. That's a playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. They're almost at 100 subscribers now, which is great to see. And Handicapped Travelers is going to bring us a lot of travel-based content. They bring us much more than that, actually. They were just doing a chili video. I saw this where they're making a enormous amount of chili. But they will bring us travel more than anything else from a certain perspective, of course. As you can imagine, they've got some information on their About section. They've been longtime friends of ours here in the Tuber Chat family, and they're now working on 1,300 subscribers. They got some of that winter weather going on their channel as well. 2,600 views on a couple of these shorts videos, and I think that last one is brand new, actually. And then they've got a live stream coming up at the end of the month. They're usually on once a month. 755 Media, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. Rudy Areta with Autism, good to see you here as well. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. And then when we look at Handicapped Travelers, we see that they're live occasionally, like I said, but we'd love to push them towards that 1,300. Now, they dropped a super chat so that we would look at Lewis Acre Farm Karma's channel. And thank you for that. We've had lots of creators do things like that before. It's an incredibly generous thing to do. I'm sure Lewis Acre Farm Karma appreciates that. I certainly do appreciate the extra generous support here. Handicapped Travelers has done that kind of thing many times before. I see the Bud Files is here. They happen to be a member, so we'll get them onto the wheel right now. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen, and then we get back to spinning the wheel, so we'll do that in a moment. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is up on the screen right now. We were talking about the idea of interviews. Lots of creators do this, and I'll describe to you exactly what Lewis Acre Farm Karma is doing in a moment. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Tinkmaster Games, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Lewis Acre Farm Karma is up on the screen right now. Now, they mention the idea of faith, hope, and love. They do bring us a lot of spiritual inspiration in their videos. When we look at shorts on this channel, they've gotten into 2,500, one over 6,200. Which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So when we look at these, they've actually got a couple set up, but they've got a couple of series here. They're on every Monday and Tuesday. So one of them is called Talk About It Tuesday. They have sort of an open panel. They have, I'm not sure if they invite or if it's open, but they have conversations. I'm hoping to catch you for one of these. I don't think I've caught a Tuesday live stream yet. Mondays, though, not only have I caught many of these, but I actually was a part of that interview series. They brought me on for an episode, which I was grateful for, and Karma was great with the thoughtfulness and consideration in the preparing of questions to be asked, and we got to talk about different things than I usually talk about when I'm on different people's channels, and I got to talk about myself for 2 hours, which is great. Thank you for that. Lewis Acre Farm Karma has got a series called Meet Me Monday, and this is where she introduces us to different creators every single week. Rambling with the Brooms is on there. For the life of me, I thought she was going to interview Consume the Goodness. Maybe that's coming up, or maybe I'm mistaken, but they would be a great combo. Lewis Acre Farm Karma is working on 500 subscribers now. We hopefully will push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. My imagination tells me that Handicapped Travelers is going to be interviewed by Lewis Acre Farm Karma, if not already. And forgive me if they already did that and I missed that, but I don't see it in a thumbnail there that I can catch right away. Ghost Lore, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And yes, Kathita from Lee's First Floor Audio, good to see you in the house. First Floor Audio is from the UK and a longtime friend. And then, yes, TLUC, Lewis Acre Farm Karma is the channel we're talking about right this second. They've been so supportive, apparently, that Handicapped Travelers dropped a super chat here so that we would look at their channel right away. And then the Groves Bargain Emporium is doing the same thing for Marketplace Boutique. So thank you for that. We absolutely honor those, as you can see. Super chats and memberships and things like that, of course, are absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated when they do happen. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen right away. So we'll look at Marketplace Boutique right now. Jody behind this channel actually has another one, and then I'll show you the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph as well. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then the Groves Bargain Emporium stuff will come up right in a second. And pardon me, M&T Living It. I think I've done this to them more than once before. I was supposed to put their channel up right away because they dropped a super chat earlier as well. But we'll put it up next. I've got a small list here, and then we'll get back to spinning the wheel shortly. So Marketplace Boutique is Jody, and this creator's been in e-commerce since 1998. What they do on their channel particularly, or most often, is help us understand the ins and outs of selling on online platforms like eBay. And the magic really comes in the idea of finding the right things to buy and sell. And then they give us lots of tips and tricks along the way. Jody has also started giving us tips and tricks for our YouTube channels, because she's been at this for at least a couple of years now. I don't even know how long it's been. She's been with us a couple of years by now. Working on 2,200 subscribers. Now, she always brought pure variety into the shorts videos on the channel. So a lot of outdoor content here, and a couple of these have done really well. 14,000, 19,000, 20,000 on even a newer one, and then live stream. So she's live frequently. She often collaborates with our friend Andy from Backyard Trucker, but Jody might be on the water, she might be on the road, she might be by the fire, and like I said, she might be with Backyard Trucker as well. Now, Jody Genealogy is her brand new channel, and this is the same creator, but she's doing a few different things here. So Ancestry, History, Adventures. I've just watched one video from this channel so far, but she's working on her first 100 subscribers, so we'd love to get her a little bit closer. She's got a brand new video from yesterday. I'll put that into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators. She's got a few shorts over here already as well, which is great to see. So hopefully everybody will head over there and check out Marketplace Boutique Jody's new channel. And then thank you for the super chat, the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph. We'll have a look at what you got going on right now. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. King Morgan, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And Mr. Stephanie, I know you've been here for a few minutes now, so thank you for being here. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. As long as everyone's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. So we looked at Jody's channels there because the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph dropped a super chat for them. What that tells me is that Jody's probably been so supportive to the Groves Bargain Emporium that they feel like they want to help promote in a, kind of over and above, which I think is great. We've seen it many times here. So the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph has just got a few videos here. They've got one shorts video to get started, but this channel brings us live shopping. And these types of live streams can be very fast-paced, very high energy, and very exciting. But what they're going to do is bring us a lot of different items that we can think about bidding on. And it's really cool to be able to do that right within a live stream. I've caught them for many live streams. They're usually on for hours. Look at these, 3 hours here, 5 hours there, and anywhere in between. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph is here with us just about every day as well. They got 268 subscribers now. We'd love to push them towards the 300 we know they must be thinking about. And thank you again for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. For the same reason, we're going to look at M&T Living It right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. So next up is M&T Living and Cooking It, M&T Living It. It used to be M&T Living It, and Living and Cooking. They changed their name a while ago, and but they've been longtime friends. Obviously, incredibly supportive. Yeah, I just shared out this video. I think it shares out. I can't remember for the life of me if it's tomorrow, and I'll show you what on earth I'm talking about. Why I could possibly be confused about that. I do all of my community post shares in advance, so there it is right there. It's one of the last ones to come out. That's going to go out. Oh, pardon me. Oh, it did go out a few hours ago. Pardon me. Yes, it went out a few hours ago. When I look at the scheduled ones here, you can see that I try to set these up in advance, right? So the Tuber Chat one will go out any minute now. I always do it an hour after the stream starts. We have a busy enough beginning. And then lots of our friends here. Uncle Skooga Radio from The Astute Tourist, Nisa Faraway, Mama Juju Crafton on the Back 40, Black Guns and Gardens. Lots of familiar faces there, but that's just an example. Setting those up in advance keeps your channel very active. I wouldn't recommend anybody beat their post page to death the way that I do, but I can tell you that sharing other people's videos on the community tab is the #1 thing that I'm thanked for as the host of Tuber Chat. So there's a bit of a hint in there about sharing for others. So M&T Living It, I've got your latest video. I shared it out, but I haven't watched it yet. I've got that in my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up and see your latest video. They've got a lot of variety on the channel. There's a lot of family togetherness here, some travel, and a lot of cooking videos that have done really well. You'll see that even in the shorts when I go over there, and you'll see a lot of these have gotten over 5,000 views. A couple of them, one at 20,000, one at 50,000, which is great to see, and then live streams on the channel as well. So they're just live occasionally. They were on a few days ago. Sorry I missed that one. They're usually on, it looks like almost once a month on average. So hopefully we'll see another one soon. And they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get to their channel, of course. And then, yes, I wouldn't wish the work of more than one channel on anybody, but if somebody's going to start one, then we do want to congratulate them, of course. I'll be interested to see what Jody comes up with over there, because she's got really different content than her original channel. So that's great. And yeah, Crystal Sparkle, a dear friend. I did get your comment about missing the 800th episode. Of course, we would have been thinking about you at the time. Crystal Sparkle, somebody who's just been with us. I'm not sure if it's quite a year yet, but many, many months. And Crystal Sparkle is somebody who's always incredibly engaging here in our chat, has true conversations with other creators, and really gets involved in what we're doing here. And I appreciate that greatly. We actually featured Crystal Sparkle's channel the other day for episode 801. And all I mean by that is what we do is feature a different channel every day now at the beginning of the live stream, just to talk about their channel first before we do the introductions and things like that. We've gone back and forth between doing that and not doing that over the last few years, but it's something that I think is a great re-edition, if that makes any sense. Today's featured channel, of course, is Canadian Family Life, and the next featured channel will be I Am Betty J Gathers, another member of our moderator squad. So what we're going to do right now is take a break for 3.5 minutes. Thank you again, M&T Living It, and all our super chatters for today. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. Then we get back to spinning the wheel. We're going to look at Kid Wonder and Rosie's gaming and live stream. They've actually got a few different channels channels. Kid Wonder's been with me since the beginning of Superchat and actually holds a gold membership on their original channel. And what that means is we see their channel every single day at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, and their link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so as well. So we'll look at that next. We're going to go for a break for 3.5 minutes. Right before we do that, we'll play a clip from our interview series again. And these are videos now on the Superchat channel. There's 4 episodes so far. I've got some more lined up ready to hopefully record, maybe even as early as this week. And these are conversations that go on anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. All of the creators who were featured are longtime friends of ours here in the Superchat family for at least 3 years. They've all long passed their 10,000 subscribers. You mentioned the idea of shorts, so that gives me an opportunity to jump right into that. So, in every one of these interviews, I'm asking about opinions, about shorts, how we can get them to work for us. But you're the first creators that I'm talking to that have broken off into a shorts channel. I also noticed that you took the shorts off of the original channel. I'm assuming you uploaded the same ones over there, and now you have over 350 shorts on that channel. At last look, it was I think your fastest moving short video on the shorts channel, which is Unstable TV Shorts, has 22,000 views, and you're already at 768 subscribers. So the biggest thing that I think people are going to be wondering about that is, how do you feel about your decision to break your shorts off into their own channel?
So the reason we did it in the first place was because we felt like the shorts were distracting from our long form videos, because we were getting a lot of views and attention on the shorts. But while we were doing shorts and long form at the same time, it's kind of like the long form was pushed to the back.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
So that's the reason why we split off into a shorts channel by itself. So we kind of use that for just, skits and memes and stuff, and then we use it for promotion videos for our main channel as well. So you said some of our highest viewed videos on the shorts channel, they are clips from our long form videos with the link in it to send it back. So we just kind of felt it didn't sit right with our channel to have it all together, so we said we'd try and split it and see if it worked.
Yeah, because when we first put them up, we had like you're saying about the YouTube algorithm and stuff, and when you're watching the metrics go up and down. When we start putting the shorts up, the videos that would usually go up and probably after a week they performed the way they done were pushed to the back. But how we felt from how we were watching our analytics, for anyone watching, do make sure you check your analytics out regularly. It does help. And there is a research tab as well, so check that out as well. It helps with your channel, because you get an idea where your viewers are coming in and what they're researching as well. Just a tip for everyone. On the main channel, it didn't sit for us, but even scrolling up and down and how it looked, we didn't like it. But we used the shorts as kind of a voice, say things you can't really say on the main videos that might not go with YouTube's policies. We have a lot of fun with pranking each other and stuff like that. What we have noticed though with our shorts, anything to do with relationships or pranks wise, that skyrockets for us.
Wow.
Or if we do say a trend of meme, sometimes we might get something and sometimes we not.
Yeah.
But we've learned that shorts really help us have them crazy ideas where you just get a bit wild when you're filming on YouTube and you're I want to do this, or maybe this might look funny. It's kind of to make ourselves laugh and then just go that direction with it and just come up with crazy stuff then.
All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Kid Wonder and Rosie's gaming and live stream. And then I also am slightly overdue for adding a name onto the wheel from our chat list. I try to do it at least once an hour, so I added Alex and Alex Wandern onto the wheel, and I've still got quite a few names there. Now, over the course of the stream, I often remove a few names if I think that the people are not still here. I know not everybody can be here for 3 hours every time we stream, but our members and moderators will all be added back onto the wheel. If I remove them, we always put members and moderators onto the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Now, we also put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And Kaiser Gaming YT and Stephanie57 Journey both dropped Super Chats while we were on that break. So, shortly, we will look at both of their channels, then we'll get back to spinning the wheel. And yeah, it's interesting when creators decide to start a second channel. And it's interesting also because, not that I like to tell anybody what they should or shouldn't do with their channel. I try not to do that. I try not to make it sound like that, even if it does. But Marketplace Boutique has been with us. Jody's been with us now for a couple of years. And she has heard me go over my speech about how I think about other channels. You know, I have a couple, and I have run channels for other people that have more than one and things like that. So it's a serious consideration, but then when you want to do it, that's great. And for anybody that does have more than one channel, you're welcome to come into Tuber Chat with both of them. And then the only other thing that I ever ask is that we don't treat them quite exactly the same. We always want to think about connecting authentically. And for all of my experience in social media, which is beyond 30 years now, literally, one of the things I can tell you that is always perplexing is, for instance, I'll give an example. I have a Facebook profile and a Facebook page. They've each got like 1,300 people on them over the years, right? But only about a quarter of them are the same people. And you wonder to yourself, well, if you're already on my profile, why wouldn't you follow my page? Or the other way around, or on YouTube. Well, if you like my content, why wouldn't you follow both of my channels? But it just never will be. So we don't get too hung up on that. Connecting authentically means that you get a solid and strong foundation. Let's say your first, hopefully, 100 friends, and then your audience spans out from there based on the content, the algorithm, the recommendation engine, and everything else. And then Angel Light Over Darkness is another creator who's been with me from the very beginning. So she's been here for well over 4.5 years, and I was on her live stream the other day. She does angel readings, and if you haven't seen this on YouTube before, Angel Light Over Darkness 33 is actually a one-of-a-kind channel in the Tuber Chat family. Jody says she wants a channel to feel like you're not working 24/7. Yeah, but no, you will be working 24/7 for sure. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Lots of longtime friends coming in as well. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. So Kid Wonder, like I said, has been with me from the beginning, long before Tuber Chat was even a thought. 5 to 5.5 years ago, maybe longer now, I was introduced to some small YouTubers, as we like to call ourselves from time to time. And I'd already been on YouTube for a year or two, and I was overwhelmed by the generosity of a lot of these people. Some of them are still with us today. Ace Flaw 1, Jeremy D-Day, it was the Hoops Family Network, the Soldier Family Network, Elevate with Vern, most of you know, and it was overwhelming to me, the generosity in these people willing to support each other's channels. And they literally like kind of grabbed a hold of me and said, hey, come with us, and we're going to introduce you to all our friends, and everybody supports everybody, and it's really, really cool. And it felt almost like a college party or something like that. And Kid Wonder has been there from the beginning, and even through experiments I was doing in the idea of Tuber Chat before even starting the channel. And he's been here the whole time, and still, after 800 episodes now of Tuber Chat, comes through as often as he can to support others. He's actually got more than one membership, which is absolutely unnecessary, of course, on this channel, but it's just goes to show his support goes over and above. and is always appreciated, of course. I've actually collaborated with him. We joked for a while. You notice on his gaming channel here with Rosie, Kid Wonder and Rosie's Gaming and Live Stream, that they've got an 8-ball pool game here, and it was just coincidence. I happen to have been playing this game on my phone for, I don't know, it feels like 10 years now or something like that. And when I saw it, I said, oh, we should play together one day. And sure enough, if you search on the channel, we played for an hour one night. I caught on there right after he started, which is kind of cool. And then they're doing a lot more gaming over here. You know, Kid Wonder and Rosie have been together a while now, and they've got quite a few channels, as a matter of fact. Now, Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder is the original channel. And this creator, actually, this is one thing I forget to mention lately as well. Kid Wonder was so supportive to me in the very beginning of Superchat and to us getting this channel started. He's actually the first creator chosen out of the Superchat family to be featured on episode number 2 of Superchat, if you look back 790 whatever it is episodes ago. So that gives you an idea of the support this creator's had for everybody over all this time. Computer Chick Productions, good to see you here. Thank you for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Kid Wonder and Rosie's Life of Wonder is pure variety. Just a chance to get to know them, hang out with them. They could be gaming. They could be doing StreamYard panels. They could be for going for outdoor adventures. And monetized, of course. Lots of ways to support them, including Super Chats and memberships when we get there. You can see Kid Wonder's done well, over 20,000 now, which is great to see. And I'm just going to show you one more channel, mukbang show with Kid Wonder. This one hasn't been posted on for a while, but he does have another channel set up here where he was doing a lot of mukbang videos, and you recognize some of the really popular ideas. Like, we don't have in Canada the big breakfast anymore, although, you know, I don't like to admit how often I eat McDonald's, but when I did the other day, I went by the sign and I saw pancakes on the sign again. So in Canada, we might have pancakes again. I'm unsure. We have another restaurant called A&W, another fast food place, and they took over the breakfast idea, so they got all that stuff. I haven't had it. I've just seen it on the menu, but I'm old enough to remember when Canada did have the McDonald's Big Breakfast, and have had that. We called it hot cakes and sausage, I believe. And then Computer Chick Productions has a lot of new content coming up, which is great to see. Hopefully everybody will connect with Kid Wonder. Lots of opportunity to follow them with lots of different content. And thank you again, Kid Wonder, for all of the support over all this time. Day One Walks is in the house. They had a cool video. I just watched it today with an indoor RC racing track. I haven't seen anything quite so elaborate before. Kaiser Gaming YT is coming up right now. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. And then Vintage Style by Joe is here. Good to have you in the house. Kelly Family Adventures has been added to the wheel. Michael's Adventure says he likes breakfast food any time of the day. I have to agree. As much as I go on and on about the fact that pizza is probably my favorite thing, I love breakfast for dinner. I love breakfast. Anytime like going out, even if it's someplace like, you know, I'm lucky enough to be close enough to the U.S. border in Canada that we have Denny's in Niagara Falls. We could do that. We have IHOP and this and that. Those are the typical, you know, big brand places. But we've got a lot of independents here as well. But I do love a good breakfast. I like to make breakfast. I like to eat breakfast. And it could be any time. Not Interceptor 01 says they have a Tim Horton in the UK now. I wasn't sure how far they've expanded, but it's a very well-known Canadian franchise now, much like Dunkin' Donuts with coffee and other pastries, donut sandwiches, and things like this. Now, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. Under the Needle Quilting and Crafts says there's no bad time to have pancakes and eggs. Yes, absolutely. Kaiser Gaming YT is up on the screen. This is Chris's Clever Craft, and he's got a gaming channel here, monetized, which is great to see, and well over 1,100 subscribers. He posts every single day, usually multiple times a day, and does multi-live streaming. I'm just going to take his latest video and put that in my catch-up list. It's impossible to keep up with this channel, but I will try. And then Pixie Dust Traveler, Tracy, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. When we look at Kaiser Gaming YT shorts videos here have done spectacularly well. 9,000, 10,000 views. He's mixed up the games a little bit, but it's a lot of Fortnite lately. And then live streams. Look at this. He's on almost every day, usually twice a day, and 2 different live streams. So he'll do one in landscape or horizontal mode and one in portrait mode as well, which is really cool because you can catch different people that way. Not everybody likes vertical, not everybody likes horizontal. Some people like either or both, but not everybody, of course. Oh yeah, and then sometimes these smaller places like Tim Hortons or McDonald's or whatever will have pizza for a little while and then they stop. Tim Hortons had this shortbread pizza thing. I never had it. You know, I do love pizza, but I don't like to think I'm obsessed enough to try everything. Here, let's do a poll. I haven't done this in a while. If anybody hasn't already seen how to do a poll before I get Chris's Clever Crafts channel ready to go in a second here, I'm just going to show you how I look at the chat here with another window. Pardon me while it flies all over the place here. Oh, I lost it. And pardon me while I huff and puff. Things not going my way here again when I'm clicking all over the place. So I'm going to set up a poll here. Now you can do this on a phone too, but I'm on the computer always, right? So I just click here, start a poll, and then I'm going to ask everybody breakfast for dinner. What I mean is, do you like breakfast for dinner? Not necessarily if it's today, and we'll do yes or no. You can actually add up to 4 different answers to your question. So you could do like answer 1, 2, 3, and none of the above if you wanted to. And then hopefully everybody will join that poll. I like to do polls here that have nothing to do with YouTube, just for the fun of it. Kaiser Gaming YT is the gaming channel brought to us by Chris's Clever Craft, who's also been with us from the beginning. He's been with us 4.5 years or so. He's got an interesting property, and he takes us both indoors and outdoors for a look around, a lot of stories to be told, a lot of do-it-yourself videos, and then sometimes product reviews or unboxings. He's got some shorts on the channel as well. One of these is still getting views at over 24,000 now, but you get an idea of some of the indoor and outdoor videos he's bringing us. Then live streams on the channel as well. Now it's interesting because he's experimented with live streams in the past, but just a few weeks ago he did another one. I caught that one, and now he's doing them a little more frequently, which is really cool. Chris's Clever Craft is always up to something, and always has interesting things for us to see and hear. So hopefully everybody will connect with him. We'd love to push him towards the 700 subscribers we know that he's thinking about. Now I see that Crystal Sparkle just gifted 5 memberships in the chat. She's done that countless times before as well, so thank you for that extra generous support. I'm sure all of those creators will be happy to have those memberships, and for any of them that are still in the chat, like Not Interceptor 01, I'll put them on the wheel right away. Members always get added to the wheel as soon as we see them in the chat. Right before we look at Crystal Sparkle, we're going to look at Stephanie57 Journey, because they also dropped a super chat. So thank you again, Chris's Clever Craft, Kaiser Gaming YT, and Stephanie57 Journey for these super chats. I really do appreciate the extra generous support. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. And Mr. Bones, good to see you in the house. Slice Life Gaming is here. Scrow's Nest is with us. Mountains 2C crew is still here, and hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. Oh, look at this, Lewis Acre Farm Karma. Forgive me for not knowing if you didn't already do that as a video, but that might be an idea. Breakfast nachos doesn't sound like the worst idea. Oh, that's really cool. Crystal Sparkle just did breakfast today at a supper club place. Let's close out our poll. Thank you, everybody, for playing along, and we'll see what everybody had to say. I love, love, love breakfast all the time. I missed another channel coming in here. Oh, where did you go? CGU Cinematic Gaming Universe. Good to have you here. Again, I don't mean to miss anybody. Breakfast for dinner, yes. Oh, everybody loves breakfast. Not everybody, but almost everybody. And then Stephanie57 Journey is actually a brand new channel in the Tuber Chat family. So it's great to have you here. Hopefully you're feeling welcome. Hopefully you've met some friends already. And I am going to, I don't watch videos or subscribe while I live stream, but I'm going to take your latest video, the Valentine's Day video, I'm going to put that into my watch later list. What that will allow me to do is after the live stream today, I'll go through my watch later list and I'll watch your video in full. I'll leave you a meaningful, genuine comment related to the content of that video. I'll give you a thumbs up, subscribe, and put your notification bell on, as I do for all creators. That should make our connection stick. And then hopefully you have our notification bell on as well so you don't miss our further live streams. We are usually here at least 3 times a week. We mix up the days and times so that we can meet different creators from around the world in different time zones. And thank you one more time for that super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Crystal Sparkle came in right behind that and dropped 5 gifted memberships as well. She's done that many times before. It's an incredibly generous thing to have done. I certainly do appreciate it, of course. Lisa J. Stocks, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Crystal Sparkle is working on 1,500 subscribers. Pardon me for 1 second. I'll be right back. Crystal Sparkle has got an interesting lot of content. Actually, pardon me, Crystal Sparkle has got a lot of interesting content. She let us know a while back that she actually filmed a lot of content early this year and is still able to chop up videos now. That's great when you can get out, especially to interesting events or for outdoor adventures and things like that. Things other people might not be able to see, just location-based, let's say. And Crystal Sparkle heads out for a lot of really interesting things, but one of the things they do most often is go to conventions that feature a lot of cosplay, particularly My Little Pony, and these can feature live performances, readings from a lot of other influencers, and then as well charity auctions and things like that. So I've been lucky to catch a lot of their stuff. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that into my catch-up list so I can get caught up. They got a premiere coming up. That'll be today at 6 o'clock. So right after Tuber Chat Crystal Sparkle, we'll have a premiere. We've got a raid set up right now for Crafty Witch 232, but we know that right after we visit Crafty Witch 232, there'll be fresh content on Crystal Sparkle's channel. Oh, and they were just on they were just in Texas and they just got back, and this is where they likely did this live stream from. Yes, there it is, HarmonyCon. That's really cool. I enjoyed this live stream. It was very quick, but a New Year's, I didn't know that happened in Wisconsin. Our friend Jeremy D-Day's from Wisconsin as well. I'm not sure if he's here today. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 3,100, 3,300, 18,000 views, which is great to see. And Crystal Sparkle's working on 1,500 subscribers now. So I'm hoping we can push her a little bit farther towards that milestone. And Crystal Sparkle, like I said earlier in the stream today, is somebody who always engages conversation with everybody. Whenever you engage true conversation in somebody else's premiere or live stream, you're sending true engagement signals into the YouTube algorithm, and that kind of lets YouTube knows that the conversation going along with the content is worth pushing out, worth having more people see, if that makes any sense. And the Bud Files is going to come up in a second here. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And then hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And thank you again, Crystal Sparkle, for those gifted memberships. You know, it's absolutely unnecessary, but always appreciated, of course. Crystal Sparkle has been incredibly generous on this channel, so thank you for that. The Bud Files is up on the screen right now, and Sue behind this channel does a great job of keeping up with a lot of people as well. It's interesting that a shout-out video would be the one that comes up for me to look at. They just did one. They're 2,600, and Sue, part of the family here, does a great job of keeping track of their most supportive family members on their own channel, let's just say. So they do a shout out video every 100 milestone. You can see they even have to split them into 2 parts now. My dear goodness. And that's just one thing that they do. The channel started with the family seeking to be modern day archaeologists. The idea is to uncover history and digitally preserve it in video, which they do. They take us on outdoor adventures. They explore abandoned locations. They bring us to places like cemeteries and graveyards and a lot more. They've really expanded the content over the last few years. They've been with us for what I think is 4 years now as well. They're working on 2,700 subscribers. The shorts over here have gotten into 3,400, 5,000, 15,000 views. My goodness. And then live streams. I've caught them many times. It's been a while since I caught them for a live stream. I don't know why. I've got the notification bell on. But they could be singing, dancing, playing games. They might be bowling in the house, which I always find very amusing and fun to watch. And there's a lot of family togetherness here. So you'll get that idea when you get over there, especially for a live stream. So monetize, lots of ways to support them, like I said, and then working on 2,700. So I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And we'll spin the wheel and we'll get another channel ready to go here. And then I missed Itchin' to Scratch UK coming in. It's good to have you here. Patrick Kaskoka Art is still in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. Slice Life Gaming I caught this morning for a stream. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I was literally just on this channel this morning, I think. Am I not? Oh, maybe I'm mistaken. Oh, you were live. Maybe I missed your live stream, and that's what I'm thinking. I thought I just shared a video out for them too. Maybe I'm mistaken. Yeah, maybe this. Slice Life Gaming is working on 1,300 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. It is a channel I'm still getting to know. They've just been here, I think, 4 or 5 times now, something like that. So they're mixing up a lot of popular titles here, but I've seen some Grand Theft Auto, and I'm always happy to catch that on any channel. So they've got some shorts that have done really well. Many over 8 and 9 and 10,000 views, one at 15,000, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well, so you can see they're mixing up a lot of different content. There's the Grand Theft Auto I'm talking about, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. So hopefully everybody will connect with Slice Life Gaming. I see Sydney Cat is coming into the chat as well right now, so thank you for being here. We'll spin the wheel and we'll see what's happening with Kelly Family Adventures. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Kelly Family Adventures is up on the screen right now. They're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. They're almost at 4,900. We always say you're officially on a road when you get to a 100 milestone. So since they're now almost at 4,900, we're soon going to be saying they're officially on the road to 5K, which is really cool. They just put up their first ever camel ride. Yes, I watched this the other day. They just put this on a week ago. And we'll be looking forward to more, but you can see it. They post frequently. They're usually putting up a video a week or pretty close to it. When we look at their About section, they'll give us lots of information about the different escapades and tips about travel and different things that they're going to bring to us. They bring us beach escapes, action-packed city tours, magical Disney experiences. So plenty of travel and exciting family fun to be had over here. Look at the shorts too. I forget about this. They got 9,400, 20,000 on one of them, 29,000 on another one, and then 1 million views on one of these shorts videos, which is really, really cool. Live streams on the channel as well. So they were live just a few weeks ago. They seem to be live pretty frequently. Oh, my goodness, pardon me. They're usually live, not quite once a week, but close to it. And so hopefully we'll catch them. I've got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as I possibly can. And we all do that for each other. 99 Midnight Gamer, good to see you in the house. Forgive my yawn there. I'm not tired. I'm probably hungry. I'm always hungry after Tuber Chat. Usually snack right before. And we'll be eating dinner in another hour and a half or so. Yeah, Kelly Family Adventures. Hopefully we'll be monetized soon. And then hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. 99 Midnight Gamer, like I said, is here. Let's spin the wheel. We'll get to our next channel, see who's coming up. What we're going to do, though, is go on a break now for 3.5 minutes. And Buying Space is coming in. I'm going to get them on the wheel first. They happen to be a member. Mel Runs Things is going to be the next channel that we look at. And I will clean up the wheel a little bit while we go on this break, and I'll see where we're at. What I'm going to play right before we go on that 3-minute break is another clip from our interview series. And again, these are videos now on the Tuber Chat channel. They go anywhere from an hour to 2 hours long. They're listed in a playlist and as a podcast. All of the creators that were featured are longtime friends of ours. They've been with us for at least 3 years. All of them have long passed their 10,000 subscribers. So Edna, thank you for all of this. You mentioned comments earlier quickly, and that's one of the things that comes up in every interview. Of course, we're going to talk about likes, views, subs, and everything else, but comments are a very important part of our interaction with our audience. So what can you tell us in your experience of 8 years now about how to entice more comments on your video shorts and streams?
I can't remember who told me this, but years ago somebody told me, I think I was watching like somebody that I always watched, and one of the things that they said to grow your channel was to always give your audience a job to do.
Okay.
Always give them a call to action, because that's going to keep the people engaged. So if I'm talking about cruising, you know, and then you just kind of have to know how to just ease it into your sentence. So it's like, you know, thanks for watching, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. But then also if I'm talking about a specific thing like the slot pool, I'll say, you know, have you ever participated in a slot pool? Leave a comment, let me know. And say that. And it's like you're just saying it so naturally that people aren't even realizing that you're making them be engaged, because now they want to tell you their experience.
Yes.
The slot pool. If I'm doing regular life vlogs, like I'm notorious for not liking to try new things. So everybody's always trying to make me eat new foods, and I'm like, you know, have you ever eaten this? What did you put? You know, we have a big debate about grits. I don't know if you eat grits. You know, does sugar go on grits, sugar or salt? So that's always, you know, give people something to talk about. and they'll have to, give you their experience. Another thing is to sort of have like an intro and an outro.
Okay.
If I'm doing a live stream or whatever, it's just like, hey guys, come in. If I'm doing a video, it's, hey guys, happy whatever day it is. Happy Tuesday. Welcome back. If I'm doing a sit down video, then I say, hey guys, welcome back. Thank you for clicking this video. Because I feel like a sit down is so much different than a vlog. With
Certainly.
the vlog is like me talking to my friends. Hey y'all, this is what we're going to Target today. Let's walk around Target. But if I'm sitting down, that means I'm doing something real specific. I'm only talking about what the topic is. So Thank you for clicking this video, because you have an interest in this particular topic.
All right, we're just about back, and we're going to look at Mel Runs Things. This is a channel I'm still getting to know, but we've had them on the screen a couple of times now. Yeah, here in Tuber Chat, I know we got a few people who haven't been here many times yet. So we don't do the whole thing where everybody gets moderator and everybody drops links. And there's a couple reasons why, fairly obvious. But one of them is that it's a real help for channels when we search, find, and click on everybody's name. So you see that that's exactly what I do, the whole time we're here. And what that does is, especially for channels that struggle with the search results, which usually is channels with small or short names or popular words in their names, eventually what will happen is they'll rise up the search results, and YouTube will do a better job of predicting when we're looking for each other's channels. If we search, find, and click on each other over and over and over again. You can imagine how much it helps when you get dozens and eventually hundreds of people searching for you. So that's an example of one of the reasons why. The other thing, too, is just not to make things as easy as they can be here, because we're so much focused on quality of connection. If that makes any sense. And again, for anybody who's fairly new, all of our instructions are in our video description. When we look at Mel Runs Things, I'm just going to look at her About section here. There's quite a bit of information here. They want to share tips and inspiration on staying active, healthy, and fulfilled, from fitness, running, and managing health, and a few other ideas, including family-friendly recipes and things like that. They're posting frequently. You can see this. I just watched a video the other day, and they've already got 6 more. So I'm just going to grab the longer of the 2 videos here that they just put up. Every minute matters when we're thinking about watch hours, right? Pardon me. And then I will take that video, put it into my catch-up list. That's that playlist I use to keep caught up with creators, even though I'm still getting to know this channel. Then we look at, shorts. Over here, these have gotten into 500 and almost 600 views, one over 2,200, which is great to see. And Mel Runs Things is now working on 400 subscribers, so I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that milestone. And there you go. Yeah, Just Jason Keto and more. Thank you for reinforcing that. When, even though we can find each other's channels, I search for channels all day. I just constantly am typing, but I'm on a computer all the time as well. And then, Mel Runs Things. Yeah, not into shorts. We were talking about that today. Actually, I have a Instagram group with the moderators where, just in case something's up, they can let me know, or I can let them know, and this and that. And one of the things we were talking about was shorts. The idea that when we're going to make shorts, my opinion is that we have to put the same consideration into them as we do with our long-form content. I've put out lots of shorts that have gone nowhere at all on my personal channel, or certainly not as far as I thought that they should. But then again, when I look at what I did, hey, I'm just filming a duck walking across the road. What am I expecting? You know what I mean? It can't be that easy. Now, I know sometimes things do fly that are put up that easy, but I see a lot of creators putting a lot of work into their shorts videos as well. So it's something to think about, but not just the video itself. We're also talking about the metadata, like our description, tags. Some people are still using hashtags, title considerations, and things like that. And the thumbnail. YouTube now lets us edit the thumbnail to a point. We can pick a thumbnail from the video and then add some text onto it. I'm sure they'll expand that later, but we'll see, because they've changed their mind a few times about it. But, when we think about content, especially now, we can put shorts out up to 3 minutes long. So it really is true content. In my opinion, we just have to think about the production value. Are we giving viewers something that is truly entertaining or informative, right? Because in most cases, it should be one or the other. Yes, Just Jason Keto and more is right. It's unfortunate, though, when we put so much work into a video that doesn't fly. Whereas usually, at least from what I've seen, not just on my own channel, but everybody that we look at here, consistency seems to build things up. So when you start your YouTube channel and you put your first few videos out, you might be happy to get 7, 8, 9, 10 views, and then it's not too long before you're happy to get 17, 18 or 19 views, and then it continues from there, and eventually our channels start to hit these averages, where every video is getting its 20 views, every video is getting its 50 views, and every video is getting its 100 and things like that. Somebody like Just Jason Keto and more is doing really well right now, and his channel just almost exploded all at once after a long history of supporting others and a lot of consistency, where he's getting into almost an average of 1,000, if I'm not mistaken. We'll see that soon. Right now we're looking at Consume the Goodness. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. Canadian family life needs a timeout. Can that possibly be true? And then when we look at videos, I actually, I have my own personal interests, of course, outside of Tuber Chat, and not every friend that I have on YouTube is a part of the Tuber Chat family. It's not for everybody. You might be interested to know that. I have to look at the analytics, but the last time I looked, it was 50% of people who click on a Tuber Chat live stream thumbnail actually leave before the 20 minutes. They never actually come in. And it's something to think about, because not everybody has the same mentality we have. Not everybody's going to go through all the trouble to do the things that we do. There's a lot of people out there who are kind of hoping like they'll just put out videos and their channel will fly and their videos will fly and everything else. And for some people it actually happens. But there's a couple of channels that I watch for my different interests on YouTube and this and that. And there's almost like a jealousy that comes over me, because I watch these guys making these videos, and what they're doing, I'm getting involved in a lot of what they call decentralized finance. It's a term that's going to get more popular over the next couple of years and this and that. Not that I'm early, just earlier than most, let's just say. But it has to do with cryptocurrencies and Bitcoin and all that stuff. And when I watch videos, because I learn as well, right? I use YouTube to learn. And when I watch videos from some of these guys, they have expertise in what they're doing, but what they typically do is they just hit record on the camera, they make their video with their screen and everything all in one shot, and then they stop. And they're not perfect. And what I mean by that is they do the same thing we all do. Like, you hear me trip over my own words or say things 2 or 3 times and this and that. But when I think about making videos myself, I want to edit them. I want them to be perfect and everything else. And this is why a lot of the things I wish I would do, I never actually get done. So we have to find a balance, let's just say, between the perfection that we wish for and actually accomplishing things, right? There's a lot of people doing way better than, I probably should have been doing way better by now. And I don't mean better in the traditional sense. What I mean is just higher numbers and this and that. But I haven't put the content out, and this is the problem, right? So we have to think about that as well. We all know editing takes a lot of work, but when if you're the kind of creator who's doing videos where it's appropriate to just start the video, talk for 10 minutes and end the video, you can put out content every day, because I see these guys putting out content every day, and it makes me like fully jealous. I can't get a video done in 4 years, and these guys are doing it 7 times a week. But there's your answer. So hopefully I'm not missing anybody in the chat. And then, oh, yes, Crochet and Knit Around New Zealand, Trish, talking about background music. So I have a suggestion for everybody as well. Nobody in particular, this is just what I see on YouTube, not just in Tuber Chat, but all over YouTube, and always have. Whenever we're making videos and putting background music, not everybody feels that background music is necessary. I really don't use it. Lots of people do. There's no right or wrong. But my suggestion is this. When you're putting background music into your video, if it's a combination of you talking and with background music, get the background music to a perfect level where you really think it's great, and then drop it by a couple of notches, make it a little bit quieter. Because more often than not, I hear background music in videos that is just too loud. And you don't want somebody to be watching your video and having to say like, wait, what did they say? Let me go back. Because they just won't come back again, right? If you listen to the biggest YouTubers who talk about the things that we talk about here, they will say that audio is 50% of video. People will not watch a video if they can't hear it or don't like what they hear. That's another consideration for background music as well. What happens when you put a song on that somebody doesn't like, or a genre of music that somebody doesn't like? you might lose a viewer. So you just have to have a right balance and, you know, make the right decision for your channel. There you go, Just Jason, Keto, and more. Yes. Anthony J. All Day, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Hopefully I haven't missed anybody. Consume the Goodness is up here right now. Kendra is the creator behind this channel. She does a lot of vlogging, and she's going to talk to us about healthy eating, healthy living, keto carnivore meal ideas. She also does faith-based motivation. She does mental health talks and workouts as well. Lots of fitness on this channel. Kendra is an incredible supporter. She seems to be everywhere all the time. She's here with us for almost every live stream. She's out supporting other creators all the time as well. Monetize, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. She put a really special shorts video out the other day. Scratch and PPA caught this right away. I see you've got another short that's doing really well. A couple of these are starting to move into thousands of views. She's got a couple here at 30,000, 50,000. This pizza one is one that I watched specifically. It's a really cool twist on pizza that's a bit of a healthier idea than maybe the way that we eat it all the time. Shorts, though, I just want to show you this latest one. If you haven't already seen this, thank you for the shout out, by the way, Kendra, and thank you, Scratch and PPA, for catching that. But she figured out what is with the word up greeting that I use everywhere I go. Most of you have seen that whenever I've been in your premieres or live streams. But Consume the Goodness, thank you for doing that. It was a lot of fun. That shorts video, some fitness, but she really does a good job. She edits, so you see that in her videos. It makes it a little more fast-paced. Live streams as well. She's on frequently, usually at least a few times a month. She just recently did one with Just Jason, Keto, and more. Usually she's by herself. Sometimes she collaborates with other creators. But obviously an incredibly dynamic creator as well. And then let's spin the wheel. We're going to start moving a little bit faster as we usually do towards the end of the stream. And show everybody something again just for the sake of doing it. Oh, Alex and Alex is still here. Pardon me. I always take names off of the wheel if I think somebody is not with us for a very long time. I know not everybody can be with us for 3 hours every time we stream. So I'm going to add Alex and Alex back onto the wheel right now. Just Jason, Keto, and more is coming up. And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and more. Thank you for gifting that membership. Yellow Shirt Dad, that's Gene. He'll be happy to have that, I'm sure. He's been a member many times. We always put Super Chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. So Tampa's Creek Homestead and more will be the next channel that we look at. I knew I forgot something the other day, and I don't know if it's that I forgot. I just ran out of time and didn't make time to get it done. Simple thing is, gold members here in the Tuber Chat live streams have their link drops every 30 minutes, or links dropped every 30 minutes or so. And Tampa's Creek Homestead and more just grabbed a gold membership. So I had not added their link drop by Nightbot yet as of the last stream. So I added it today, but I just pumped up the time a little bit to 25 minutes instead of 28 or 29. So it'll come a little bit more frequently over the course of the month. You get a few extra pieces of exposure, if we want to put it that way. But Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, thank you for that. Absolutely unnecessary, always appreciated. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. So before we talk about Just Jason, Keto, and more's channel here, I'm just going to show you how to do something for a quick second. This Super Chat goal thing should be available to everybody. And we learned recently, Michael's Adventures did an experiment for us. I think Canadian Family Life mentioned it. I could be wrong. But you can actually do these on premieres as well. And what this does, there's obvious benefit, right, in the idea of possibly, dare I use the word, soliciting super chats and things like that. There's a lot of settings here. You can set it to 1, you can set it to 5, you can set it up to 50 if you wanted to, and then you can change the amounts of the super chats that are going to count towards the goal. Because if you've got a really heavy hitting channel and you get a lot of $100 super chats, you could do this, you know, you could literally be trying to grab $500 per stream and things like that are much more than that. And you can really play around with these. And then my recommendation is you look at how many super chats you usually get in a stream and at what level or what amount. What I would do is I would set your super chat goals right around the next level higher than what you think you're going to accomplish, just to try to stretch it. And what will happen is eventually you will start getting the hitting the goal. And then here, we'll just set this one to be silly and say we'll do what we always do. What people will be expecting is when you set these super chat goals that you'll do something if you hit the goal. There's an animation that plays and all this stuff, but a lot of people you could see either playing videos or extending their live streams if that's what they're doing it on, or there's lots of different ideas, and YouTube gives us a bit of inspiration there as well. And then yeah, 99 Midnight Gamer says they turn the bots down a little bit. What we use, I use all 4 robots here, unless there's more than that I haven't hooked into yet. But there is Botrix, Streamlabs, Stream Elements, and Nightbot, of course. And the reason why I use them, there's 2 reasons really, or a few. I always want to see how they work. I always want to understand them all. If one of them doesn't work one day, which we've seen, then another one can pick up the slack, because you have to think about that if you're making promises to people, right? About things like link drops or mentioning their channels and stuff like that, especially when you're monetized. But one of the things that robots like Nightbot and things like that can be really helpful with is taking some of the pressure off of the moderators. And you know, we all have to make our decisions for our own channels. There's no right or wrong here. You build culture around the way you operate your channel, and you know, that culture becomes a part of the whole operation, let's just say. And what I mean by that, if you're somebody who doesn't use Nightbot and any of the chatbots, that's fine. Nobody will expect it. If you're somebody who uses them, people will be used to seeing it. After a few times in live streams, people start to understand Nightbot and Streamlabs are chatbots, and they just ignore most of it. But it can take some pressure off the moderators, because I don't really need to have people drop the link for our Instagram, letting people know to follow that. It's really not that important. Anybody can follow us on Instagram if you want to. I'm on there all the time if you want to message and this and that. But it's not something that affects what we're doing. You know what I mean? And then if there's something important, like for instance, I don't want to forget to thank everybody for joining us for our episode 800 the other day. So I put Nightbot on the case, and every 20 minutes or so, Nightbot was saying, welcome to episode 800, and I turned it off after. So that kind of thing can be really helpful as well. And then Just Jason Keto and More is up on the screen. One of the things I think really helps with the chatbots is to turn the times up very high. And what I mean by that is turn them up to like 60 minutes or something. Because once your regular viewers have been on your channel and in your live streams or premieres like 3 times, 5 times, maybe 10, 50, 100 times someday, they know all the things that the robots are going to say. It's really not that important. It doesn't do that much for us, but it can be helpful. And if you really learn how to use the spam filters, that can help too. I turn them all off because moderators will usually help you with that, and all the moderators here are very experienced. So like Just Jason Keto and More, for instance, he's been with us for years. He's one of the newest members of our moderator squad now. He's been a mod for a few months here. He talks about healthy eating and healthy living as well, like we talked about with Kendra. They've actually collaborated a couple of times. He's talking about a keto-based diet or lifestyle particularly, and he does a ton of recipes. All of them feature only a few ingredients. They're simple, easy, and we probably have most of the stuff in our pantries and things like that. That goes for almost everybody. And he is very well known for these chaffle recipes. Some of these have done well. He had a video just out of nowhere fly to 23,000 views not too long ago. He's been doing a lot of these. I think the thumbnail's great. That's what I think is the biggest guess on it. But he's been consistent. He's been doing lots of stuff. He said that, you know, there's a few different things that probably contributed to that. But this is what I was talking about earlier. Look at Just Jason Keto and More's video. So he's getting an average of well over 100 views on most videos, right? Once in a while, I'll have one at 75 views and this and that. Many at 300, some at 500, you know. But now, ever since that one video flew to 23,000, every video after that is getting its 1,000. So the idea is that we're consistent. We try to put out a video a week. That's enough to make a channel move. And eventually, when luck comes by, it doesn't have to be luck, but I call it luck, right? Then, you know, it's going to take a couple of your videos, make them fly, and it carries the whole channel. And all of a sudden, you start to hit all these milestones all the time. It's very exciting, and it happens on every channel that I touch. Now, Just Jason Keto and More has got this going on. He's got a few extra things here. He might take us for an outdoor adventure or unbox a GoPro or take us hundreds of miles away for some more influential content. He's got guests on the channel, both in videos and live streams, like Kendra right there. But he's got lots of different guests that share their life experiences, their tips, their trips, their tips, tricks, trials, and tribulations when it comes to a keto-based diet or lifestyle. Once in a while, he'll do something different, like a cook-along live stream, maybe with a separate camera. Or he'll introduce us to some very supportive creators on YouTube. And then as well, he's live every Thursday at 7 or 7:30 Eastern. And sometimes it's Jason himself. He's got a vibrant community, though. They'll always jump in when we have questions and comments in the chat. And then Mountains to Sea crew, mostly carnivores, they say. And then, yes, chaffles made out of cheese and eggs. We've seen Just Jason Keto do plenty of them. He's got to be closing in on 100, I think, 100 chaffle recipes, if I'm not mistaken. And then, let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Paranormal Poet, I've got you back on the wheel now, and Day One Walks was added back on. So just before we look at Scratch and Pete PA, we're going to look at Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. They just gifted a membership, and we always put Superchatters and membership gifters onto the screen when those things happen. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. I must have missed Ocean to Ocean Travel coming in, but I see Foodies Vacations is here as well. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is our newest gold member, so we see their channel every single day in the slides that run at the beginning, middle, and end of every live stream, and their link is dropped by Nightbot every 30 minutes or so, like we saw from Kid Wonder earlier. Mama Juju, crafting on the back 40. Let me make sure your channel's on the wheel. I haven't had it on there for a while yet. Oh, yes, forgive me, I'm mistaken. It is there. It's there. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More is a channel. I'm still getting to know Pam and Mackenzie here. I just sent you an Instagram message. I don't know if you got that, by the way. They're working on 800 subscribers now. And it's a a grandmother and granddaughter duo here. But they're playing games and having fun and taking us indoors and outdoors and shopping. Some cooking I see there as well. So they're doing quite a few different things on the channel. So they're doing quite a few different things. So they say a grandmother-granddaughter team just living a simple country life. And then shorts on their channel have gotten into 6,000 views. and beyond. You can see there's a lot of variety here, including some dress up. Live streams on the channel as well. They got quite a few set up. So they got one coming up in a few days, and they seem to set these up. I think they're doing almost a week, once every week or two. But they've got these planned well in advance. We set notifications for everything we see, even though we have the notification bell on. For every channel, and that's just in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. So, Tampa's Creek Homestead, thank you for the gifted membership. Again, I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Some of these are not registering right in our system again, unfortunately. I don't know why. So what I'm talking about, you see in the middle of the screen there at the bottom, it's called an event list. It's a feature that's built into Streamlabs, or you can use it with OBS and things like that. And it registers every super chat, super sticker, membership, and things like that. And it doesn't always work. So one of the things that I recommend, we have to be careful when we think about the promises that we make. I never say to anybody like, hey, you know, if you drop a super chat, your name will be on the screen. I never, ever say that, because we don't know if it's going to work, ever, right? So you have to think about that. Most people, of course, especially your followers and your biggest supporters, are going to be patient and understanding with you and things like that. But we just want to consider all the different things that can go wrong, just in case it happens, right? Scratch and PPA is one of the most supportive creators that I've met, and we're going to talk about his content in a second. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay, because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, thank you for the super chat. I really do appreciate that extra generous support. Also unnecessary, but always appreciated. And then Buying Space, thank you for the highlighted milestone message as well. Those are a free bonus for anybody who's a member on a channel where highlighted milestone messages are enabled. Edna's World is a creator we just heard from about 10 minutes ago in our interview series. She's the latest creator to have joined me to talk about how to get 10,000 subscribers on YouTube. I'm going to play another clip from another creator in another moment here. But Edna's World, it's always good to have her in the chat. I don't think she's on the water right now. She does a lot of cruising, but I think she's on land now, if I'm not mistaken. Some of the way we know that is because it's Saturday. Saturday cruises often start on Saturday in the evening, and then they finish on Saturday in the morning in their destination. So if it's Saturday evening, somebody might be starting a cruise or finishing or have just finished a cruise. Yeah, crochet and knit around New Zealand. Yeah, I haven't put a lot of content on my personal channel. I'm trying to get myself together so that I can get a few things up. I thought I was going to start live streaming again, and I haven't done that. I was under the weather, actually very badly, for a few weeks. I've never been so sick as the first few weeks of January, so that's long past now. But I was off YouTube altogether for a few weeks. I actually didn't get out of bed for a few days. It was awful. And I usually don't get sick and whine and complain about it, or at least I don't think so. But yeah, hopefully soon I'll get back to more content on my personal channel. Gloria's Platter, good to see you in the house. Thank you for coming in. And Tampa's Creek Homestead and more, thank you for another super chat. I really do appreciate all this overwhelming generosity. Absolutely unnecessary, as I always say, but appreciated, of course. Scratch and PPA, like I said, is one of the most supportive creators that I've met. All of our moderators here are dear friends of mine. They're all dear friends of each other. They all have different channels, and they all do different things. But one of the things they all have in common is an overwhelming sense of generosity. And for that reason, when you visit any of their channels for premieres or live streams, you're welcome to meet more more friends and family members for your own channel, the same way we do here at Tuber Chat. And thank you, yes, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More, for another super chat. You're making me laugh now. And yes, thank you for that. When we look at Scratch and PPA, we see a creator that is bringing us an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching. And then, pardon me just for 1 second while I look at something in the background here. We're going to talk about Scratch and PPA's content. He puts an interesting twist on lottery ticket scratching, where he pits two lottery tickets against each other and gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, and a lot of fun to be a part of. Thank you for these, Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. I know it's a grandmother and granddaughter team. I hope those are intentional and somebody's not clicking the button over and over again, but thank you for these. Yes, thank you everybody for commenting on those as well. Now, we only ever look at a channel one time per stream, no matter what happens. But I do appreciate all that extra generous support and another gifted membership there as well. Lisa J. Stocks is coming up next for the same reason. She slipped a super chat in there as well. So thank you for that. You're making me laugh and blush. Tampa's Creek Homestead and More. Jennifer Hayes will be happy to have picked up that gifted membership as well. Oh, and the goal is reached. Yes, they hammered the goal. Thank you for that. I don't mean to solicit super chats and things like that, but I try to find a balance between not soliciting but still using the feature every day so everybody can see it. Style Stages, good to see you in the house. I think I missed saying hello to Starika earlier. I'm not sure if they're still here. Sherry Habbing, good to see you in the house. Thank you for being here. Emotion New Soul slipped in as well. He is also a member and a moderator. Let me get him onto our wheel. I'm going to have to start stepping on it here. And we'll talk about Scratch and PPA's content in a second. Now, I mentioned the idea that he gives us the opportunity to vote on the content of next week's video if we follow him on Instagram, Twitter, and or Facebook, which of course I do. It sets his series apart, makes it unique, a lot of fun to be a part of. And if you can catch us for one of his premieres, which drop every Tuesday at 12:15 Eastern, yes, for well over 4 years now, yes, beyond 4 years now, for the Scratch Challenge series of videos, and he's done a few extra videos before that as well. If you can catch us for one of those premieres, you're going to find one of the fastest rolling chats in the Tuber Chat family, faster than ours, faster than most others. He rivals those of Garden State Gardener and the Stock Explorer and a few select others, so it makes it very fast-paced, very high energy, and a lot of fun to be a part of as well. The Groves Bargain Emporium is dropping a super chat, so we'll look at Backyard Truckers channel, so we will do that in another moment right after Lisa J. Stocks, and thank you for that extra generous support. And then Lawn Lifters, good to have you in the house. Thanks for coming in. Pardon me while I scan the chat here for a second, then we'll talk about Scratch and PPA's content, because he's really expanded over the last long while. Now, first of all, we know presentation's at the forefront of his mind. His bright, beautiful avatars matched by the content in the thumbnails. He gives us a hint about giveaways as well. His banner's updated every week, if you can imagine that, and his video editing skills have been complimented ever since his very first production, which is over 4.5 years ago. Shorts on his channel feature a lot of vlogging style short videos now that were taken from footage that he filmed while he was on vacation in Italy last year. And these are really, really cool. They give us a look around all the different places he visited, as well as Italian lottery tickets that we might not have otherwise seen. And then his very first live stream came from that trip to Italy as well. So I know a lot of people will be excited to see that Scratch and PPA's expanded the content on his channel. I've got the notifications on for his premieres, and we always set notifications for everything we see, even though we've got the notification bell on, just to make sure we have a better chance of catching all of those things. Lisa J. Stocks is going to come up. That's the next channel we're going to look at. We're going to take another break right now for 3.5 minutes. And then Sherry Habing, thank you for that. I really do appreciate that. Every moment everybody can spend. I know not everybody can be here every day, and certainly not for 3 hours. But even if you're just coming by to say hello, drop a thumbs up, and our friends that run the stream in the background, I appreciate that as well. Again, hopefully I haven't missed anybody in the chat. And then, yes, not Interceptor 01. I understand. And then Lisa J. Stocks, like I said, is coming up. I'm just going to play one more clip from our interview series here from the first episode from Two Pineapples. Very informative. Lou's been a friend for a long time, along with his wife, Anna. They do a 24-hour live stream, as a matter of fact. But let's hear what they have to say about how to get 10,000 subscribers. We've had gone on beyond 3 years now. I think we're actually getting a lot closer to 4. And I appreciate your friendship. But I remember very clearly, I won't forget this, a conversation that we had. You were talking to me about how to grow over the course of all this time. And you mentioned the idea of coming into live streams in the chat, hanging out, and have true conversation with people so that you can really get to know people and get known as well.
Yeah, that was way back. Looking back, I went from 0 to 1,000 to 4,000 overnight, and the 0 to I think it was 82 was a completely different crowd than the 3,000 to 4,000 crowd.
Right.
And in the live stream, the people that are in when you're at 4,000 subscribers aren't the people that you started with.
Okay.
And coming into a live stream, a live stream like mine, it's important to recognize the situation. There's a very good chance everybody knows that you're going to have a channel. You don't have to tell them. They can click on your name and look it up. There's a pretty good chance that everybody is going to welcome you if you come in with just a hello. For us, it's an aloha, but just a hello. How are things going? I had a double cheeseburger today, and start or jump into a conversation like that instead of just coming in and self-promoting or telling people another channel that you came from, or instinctively trying to drop a link because you're desperate to grow your channel. You'll grow if there's 3 people in that live stream and you sit with them for 30 minutes and just talk about what you did the last weekend, there's a good chance you're going to get into the conversation that you have a channel, or they're already looking at your channel and will bring it up, and you'll get a subscriber without even trying. Less is more in a live stream. Blasting and marketing yourself in another person's live stream get you nowhere. And my live stream is loaded with moderators and tools. I have a team. I have a Monday meeting, every Monday, a meeting with all my moderators. I have 11 of them. They all do different things. One is engaged in community safety and preparation. One is involved in making sure my content and links get out. Another one is in safety and security. Another one is just a meet and greeter. Everybody has a role to play. So coming into a live stream like mine, and I'm not the only one, coming into a live stream like mine and just blasting where you're from, as where you came from as another channel, or self-promoting, it won't last. So be friendly. I mean, it's a good spot to just say, hey, I went to the river last week and went fishing. It's a great spot to be able to do that. You'll make more friends that way faster.
All right, we're just about back. We're looking at Lisa J. Stocks. Now, we got quite a list in front of us here, so I'm going to try not to go any... I'm going to try not to go over time, but if we do, I'll keep it to a minimum. We're going to raid into Crafty Witch 232, and Starika's making me laugh. In the chat, I couldn't help myself there. Lisa J. Stocks is up on the screen. This is a creator that's going to help us with our finances, and I'm happy to have a handful of financial channels in the Tuber Chat family now, because I'm one of these people who thinks that we don't have enough financial education in our in our education system. We don't get enough forced on us, let's just say. So we have to rely on people like our parents, our friends, our guardians, our peers, and things like that. And my recommendation for everyone always, is the idea of getting as much financial education as we possibly can. Even if you're somebody who's not going to invest directly in stocks, even if you're somebody who's not going to invest directly in crypto and things like that, because I noticed Lisa J. Stock's been talking about that quite a bit lately as well, is the more we know about what's available or what's out there, the better educated decisions we can make about all the things we're not going to do as well as what we're going to do. So Lisa J. Stocks is going to help us with a lot of different things, particularly stocks, but she talks about dividends. She talks about dollar cost averaging. The idea really here is to talk about saving, investing, building wealth, and staying out of debt. And we could do that together in her conversation. Now, sometimes Lisa's by herself on her channel. A lot of times she's got guests over there. Very forthcoming about her own stock portfolios, her own investments, but she'll also educate us about some of the news that's out there as well. So looking at some of these cryptocurrencies that are now coming out with ETFs, right? Obviously Bitcoin and Ethereum. I'm very enthralled with that stuff right now. XRP is next. Litecoin might be up soon. Cardano might be up soon. And of course, Solana will be an idea. So when we think about these, Lisa J. Stocks is going to help educate us. And she is well over 5,000 subscribers now, which is great to see. Monetize, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Shorts on the channel have gotten into 6,000, 7,000, and on the way towards 8,000 views. Live streams on the channel as well. I saw a video like this as well the other day about Gen Z being broke. It's interesting to look at how finances have really changed over the decades. I mean, we know that inflation is the biggest culprit, but my goodness, when you think about that stuff, I've got a whole inflation speech that I like to give, but we don't have time for it today. So if anybody wants to remind me some other day when we're a little less overwhelmed, I'll be happy to share my inflation speech. Faith Family Treats, good to see you here. One of our longest standing members, as you can see. I'm going to get them onto the wheel right now. Doge, yes, as well. I wonder if they'll ever, I don't know if they can ever come out with a Doge, Doge in the Department of Government Efficiency will be interesting to see. I hold a handful of Dogecoin. I actually mine some Litecoin and Dogecoin, so I'm praying to God, yes, Doge goes to the moon, but we'll see. We'll see the effects that all these things have. Lisa J. Stocks also goes live frequently, so she could be by herself. She might have guests. I haven't seen one of these before where she's got a good panel of guests, but I've seen her with a few other creators, right, about that wallet and Prez the Investor and things like that. She's introduced us to other friends with financial channels, for which I'm grateful. So hopefully everybody will connect with Lisa J. Stocks. She's another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Thank you for the super chat. She's done that countless times before. We always put super chatters and membership gifters onto the screen as soon as those things happen. And then, oh, am I mistaken? Forgive me, I might be mistaken about that. That's okay. I'm getting ahead of myself with the reasons we're looking at some of these channels right now. But Lisa J. Stocks has been a incredibly generous, over-the-top generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. She dropped a super chat a little while ago, and then Tampa's Creek Homestead and more dropped a few more. Thank you for that and those gifted memberships today. And then Buying space is up on the screen right now. The Groves Bargain Emporium Steph actually dropped super chats so that we would look at both this channel and Backyard Trucker. So we'll do that. We absolutely do honor those. And there you go. Yeah, lawn lifters. It's getting a little bit... Eggs are the one thing that people are mentioning more than anything that I've heard in the last week about, like, you know, an example of how inflation has gone crazy. Because milk, eggs, and bread for, I don't know, 2 decades or something like that were suppressed at $3.99, let's just say, in most places. You could always find it on sale, but the general regular price, at least in Canada, was $3.99 for a very long time. Now they've started to break out of that, right? Eggs can be just about any price in any place. And of course, they got different brands, and, you know, you got your brown eggs and your white eggs and things like that, and they got different prices and everything else. And, yeah, it's an example. Buying Space is up on the screen right now. I can see I'm behind with their videos. They've actually been a longtime friend, and they're out there supporting other creators regularly. I can see that they're doing a bit of variety here. Unboxing video, something they've got going on, a craft here, it looks like, for Valentine's Day. A lot of spiritual inspiration. I've got their latest video ready in my catch-up list so I can catch up with them as well. They've got 3,000 and 5,000 views on a couple of these shorts videos, which is great to see, and lots of live streams ready to go. So I'm setting notifications for all of these. We always do that even though we have the notification bell on for every channel. And hopefully I'll catch you for another one. I caught them a couple weeks ago. They've been doing a few of these, and they're out supporting other creators all the time. I've been eating a lot less eggs lately than I usually do. I love eggs. I was eating them every day for a long time, and I don't know why I'm off of them. I've had some life changes, all positive, all for good reason, but it's thrown my routines into a complete frenzy. So I haven't got a regularly scheduled routine going on right now, and I'll probably start adding eggs back into it as soon as I have a conscious thought about it. I'm just going to take one of these videos here from Backyard Trucker. I don't know why the red line's not all the way across on that. I'm just going to rerun that, but I see they've got a snow plowing video here as well. I'm going to put that into my catch-up list, and that will give me a chance to catch up with them. That's just a playlist I use with a fun name. Backyard Trucker brings us a lot of do-it-yourself videos. He really let us know from the beginning of the channel that he was going to film just about anything and everything that could be entertaining. He does that and more, and then shorts on the channel feature a lot of dash cam footage, because this is a self-employed small business truck driver, small business owning truck driver, and his dash cam footage has done well with 12,000, 13,000, and even 15,000 views. I think that one's still getting views. And then live streams on the channel. So Backyard Trucker is live just about every single day. Does a combination of landscape or horizontal videos, or I mean live streams, or portrait, or vertical is what I mean to say. He's found some success there as well, and he could be on for hours, actually. His channel's growing great, well over 3,100 subscribers now. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 3,200 they're thinking about, and they're monetized. Lots of ways to support them, including super chats and memberships when we get there. Cruising on the high seas and travel, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. And the Groves Bargain Emporium Steph, thank you again for the super chats so that we could look at these channels. I'm going to spin the wheel right now, and we'll see what is the next channel we're going to look at. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time, if that's what you would like. My mother used to tell me when I was a young adult, she's still with me, but when I was in my early 20s and this and that, she would hammer into my head repeatedly, you have to know prices, you have to know them, you have to know what the prices of things are. What she means is, because when you're out shopping for household items and groceries and necessities, if you go to different stores and buy different things, your same shopping basket can cost a lot more money in one store than it can in another, and it doesn't always just come down to the milk, eggs, or chicken that we seem to be paying $5 a breast for, which still perplexes me. But these are just ideas, so hopefully we've all got a handle on that. Not Interceptor 01 is up on the screen right now. They picked up a gifted membership. We had quite a few of those today, but the Gaming Ham's been a long-time friend. So they've changed their name a couple of times here. They're at 308 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 400 they're thinking about. They usually give us a chance to know them, stories to be told, and sometimes a look around outdoors, what I mean to say. Shorts on their channel have gotten into 300, 400, and almost 500 views, which is great to see. And then live streams on the channel as well. They usually do a little bit of video gameplay, and up to even yesterday they just did a brand new one, so hopefully we'll catch them for another one. We got notification bells on for every single channel. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Hiking, climbing via Ferratus, I think is the way that we pronounce that. So this is Alex and Alex. And it's interesting, they're really making good use of the language options on the channel as well, because they had to have laughed. They must have either laughed or shook their head when they first started coming into the Superchat family a couple of years ago and heard me just butchering the name of the channel. I don't mean to do that, of course, but I don't know if I could pronounce it properly. So luckily they changed it so that we could really understand what the channel's about, for somebody like myself who's not bilingual, let's just say. So they're working on 1,300 subscribers here, and we see a lot of outdoor content then. Now I know I'm behind, so I'm going to grab their latest video here. I'm going to put this into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to get caught up with them a little bit, and playlists can be a great tool for that. They've got shorts on the channel here as well that have gotten into 18,000 views, 47,000, and even one at 191,000 views, which is great to see. Looks like a classic trailer there, which is interesting. So hopefully everybody will connect with Alex and Alex in the chat. Alex and Alex Wandern, and then Michael's Adventure says they've got a lot of great hikes, which is great to know and great to see. I'll look forward to the latest video there that I'll watch. I'm going to make a point, actually. I think I've got time tomorrow or maybe even tonight that I can sit and actually watch. I'm sure everybody understands I run more videos than I watch, but what I do with that playlist that I keep talking about, my catch-up list here, I'm just going to show you something quickly. We don't have time for it, but I'll do it anyway. When we look at playlists like this, you can reorder the videos in your catch-up list. There's all my videos from the other day, and then half the red lines are not working. But let's just say we've got, like, Lisa J. Stocks has an 8-minute video, Consume the Goodness is 9 minutes, this one's 11 minutes. I can move them around like this, and I always do that so that I can sit and watch videos and get the maximum number watched, because all the 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 minute videos are first. So you can watch like 15 or 20 videos in an hour easily when you reorder your list like that. But I'll make sure to give that a watch, Alex and Alex. 755 Media is still in the house. Hopefully I'm not missing anybody. As long as everybody's still active, we should get around to saying hello to everyone. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. And Starika is up on the screen. This is another one of our longest standing members, as a matter of fact. They've been with us for a few years now. Coins and Collectibles. They bring us more than anything else. They give us some more information on their About section about the different types of currency they're going to bring to us. I can see I'm behind again. I'm just going to grab the latest video, put that in my catch-up list. That's what I use to keep or get caught up with creators. And then they're closing in on 2,000 subscribers right now, which is great. They're well on the road now, over 1,900. When we look at shorts on the channel, we see that they've got a few here that have really moved into 2,600, 3,000, one over 8,200, and you get an idea of all the different types of currency and collectibles. There's a Canadian toonie right there, and I know they got a loony on the channel as well. That's a Terry Fox one. That's interesting. I have heard, I don't know if this is true, I have heard that they might put Terry Fox on one of our bills in the next round of changes, and I think that would be a great tribute. You know, I'm old enough to have remembered when Terry Fox was doing his cross Canada walk and run, and it's a long time ago now, but definitely a hero by anybody's standards. When we look at live streams on this channel, we see that they've done them up to a year ago. We'll see if they're going to bring those back. We got notification bells on for every single channel. That's in the spirit of doing as much as we can for each other. Wheats Art, good to see you here. Coastal Water is another longtime dear friend of over 4 years now. Emotion New Soul is coming up. We'll see what he's got going on. If I've missed anything in the chat that anybody's meant for me to see, like a question or a comment, just please mention it again with 3 thumbs up or @mention Superchat Connect and Grow. That should help me see it a little bit easier. I'll keep my eyes open and hopefully catch it the next time around. We'll look at his second channel first, Writing with Emotion New Soul, and this is where we see this talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. And he's actually been here as a member and a moderator for about 4 years as well, 4.5 really. And then when we look at what he's got going on, this is a complimentary channel where we get to see a behind the scenes look at how the music is made, a really good look at the man behind the music, and he rounds out the channel with some reaction videos, some shorts, and possibly some compilations as well. When we look at these, he's gotten into almost 1,000 views on the shorts over here, a few live streams, which he's teaching us what he's doing with his Logic system to get his music made. But this is, like I said, a talented singer, songwriter, producer, and performer. When we look at his official artist channel, we see he's now over 11,000, which is great to see. He brings us his original works in the form of music videos. And that's the biggest thing on the channel. Once in a while, he'll give us a behind-the-scenes look. He rounds out this channel with shorts and some reaction videos here, getting into 1,400, 1,700 on the shorts videos. Live streams usually feature Tiny Desk concerts. I don't know why I missed that one a month ago, and this one I'm going to rerun because my line's not all the way across. He's monetized. Lots of ways to support him, including super chats and memberships when we get there. But whenever I see these videos where the red line's not all the way across, I just rerun them. It's possibly because I was switching accounts throughout the day while I had something running. But Emotion New Soul will either drop compilations or literal live performances for us in these live streams, which is really cool. So hopefully everybody will connect with Emotion New Soul. Henry Leslie, Vermont, good to see you in the house. I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel ready to go. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into TuberChat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. Not doing a good job of cleaning up the wheel today. We saw Scratch and Pete PA in the Bud files already. Next up is going to be the Stock Explorer. This is Nora. There's another creator that's got 2 channels. They actually just put up a couple of new videos on their second channel, which I'll show you afterwards. The Stock Explorer is a longtime dear friend, Nora, the creator behind this channel. I've built quite a friendship with. I've talked to them many times, including on their channel. I joined them for a 2-hour live stream once where we talked about YouTube and things like that. The Stock Explorer is working on 2,400 subscribers right now. They've really expanded the content over the last few years, but they talk about the stock market, a little bit of crypto. They often have product in hand, and I've seen them do some unboxing videos and things like that as well. They expanded their channel with a lot of variety in the shorts a long time ago. We'll look at those in a moment, but they've also got a lot of lottery ticket scratching going on the channel. And most of that is lottery ticket scratch battles with other channels in live streams. They're very exciting. But what Nora's added to the channel recently is a series of videos now called Scratching with Strangers, where they're literally meeting people for the very first time and scratching lottery tickets with them. And all of the people who join Nora for this series have interesting stories while they're scratching those lottery tickets as well. Shorts on the channel feature pure variety, getting into 2,800, 4,200, 12,000 views on one of these, and I think it's still getting views actually. And then they've got lots of live streams on the channel where they feature either conversation and StreamYard panels, or lottery ticket scratching, or a chance to get to know Nora, or some charts and graphs when they're talking about stocks or even crypto. When we look at their front page, we see they've got a second channel featured right at the bottom, which is a great idea. And Tropical Buzz is where they seek to educate us about plant life, some of which is already there, some of which they're going to grow themselves. And they just put out a couple of videos that are brand new over the last couple weeks, so I hope everybody will check those out. They've got some shorts over here as well, and Nora's in Florida, so obviously great growing weather and a great growing season. They've got 289 subscribers on this channel. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards the 300 we know they're thinking about. We're going to take a break for 3.5 minutes. We'll make this one a quick one, and we're going to come back with one of our longest standing members. Faith Family Treats is next. All right, we're just about back. We're going to look at Faith Family Treats. Like I said, this is one of our longest standing members. 622 subscribers now, and they've got another video here. I don't know how I didn't watch this video already from 2 years ago, but an apple cake, which will be interesting to see. I'm going to add that video into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up with what was their latest video. They've got some shorts over here, though, as well. 2,600, 3,700 views and beyond. And then when we look at live streams, we see that they've done these in the past as well. Just 10 days ago they were live. I didn't realize I caught that. That's amazing. And then hopefully we'll see some more. And it looks like they might be picking those up. Cruz Bolero, good to see you in the house. Thanks for coming in. I've cleared quite a few names off of our wheel, so any members or moderators that haven't been seen yet that are still listening or watching, just please be active in the chat, and we'll get you right back on there. I'm just going to drop a link right now, and this is for our raid. And this is for Crafty Witch 232. Who is an incredibly generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter who's here with us for just about every stream. They're going to be live in a couple of moments there, and we will continue what we're doing. So I'll spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up. Creative Nana, aka Sheila, good to see you in the house for what I believe is the first time. Hopefully I'm not mistaken about that, but hopefully you're feeling welcome either way. For anybody that's brand new today in our chat and here for the first time, hopefully you're feeling welcome. We have a lot of dynamic creators here. Everybody will be willing to connect, so please don't be shy. You can reach out to anybody you'd like to in the chat, and if you take your time, meet people one by one and follow the instructions that you'll find in our video description. You'll find yourself with some new friends and family members for your channel in no time if that's what you would like. And then thank you, Just Chasing Keto and More. Cruz Bolero is up on the screen right now. 341 subscribers. We'd love to push them towards the 400 we know they're thinking about. They got a couple new videos here. I'm going to take the longer of the two. Every minute matters when we're thinking about watch hours, right? So this one's from a week and a half ago, but I'll put that into my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to catch up a little bit. Should be looking at this pizza video, but that's okay. And then Cruz Bolero has got variety in a lot of their videos, but they're obviously going to bring us some travel as well. When we get into shorts on the channel, we get an idea of some of the different things they're bringing to us. One of these has got 400 views, one over 500 now, which is great and exciting. It's always wonderful when you have your videos, and even if it's a shorts video, one passes the other, right? You get a shorts video at 100 views, and you're like, wow, that's amazing. And then you get another one at like eventually 400, and then you get another one at 500, and then you start to realize, wow, if I just keep making content, these things are going to keep going and going and going, and eventually you're going to start getting into the thousands and everything else. Fever Dream Animation still in the house. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is here. I'm going to get them back onto the wheel. I Am Betty J Gathers is coming up right now. If you'd like to swap playlists with anybody in the chat, please just simply say, I am willing to swap playlists. Other creators should reach out to you, and if you see somebody say that and you're willing, please reach out to them. Everybody is free to make those arrangements independently and individually, of course. Just dropping our link again for Crafty Witch 232. Oh, if I can get my ducks in a row here, we're going to look at I Am Betty J Gather's channel too. And then hopefully everybody will come over to Crafty Witch 232. I've joined them many times for live streams already, actually, even though they've only been with us for a few months. It's probably longer than I think, as a matter of fact. And that's the channel we talked about earlier, with a mix of crochet and 3D printing, and they're usually creating while they're live streaming, so they'll be starting soon. I Am Betty J Gathers is up on the screen right now with almost 2,700 subscribers. This creator's been with us for about 4.5 years as well. She's the newest member of our moderator squad, as a matter of fact. Monetize, lots of ways to support her, including super chats and memberships when we get there. You can see this as a dynamic creator. She's talking about living her best life over 60, although I find that all of her content can relate to just about everybody. She did a lot of vlogging in her latest videos and gave us a great look both in her home, into her life, taking us out on the road for adventures. She's got shorts on the channel as well, and these have started to really move. Lots of her shorts shorts videos have gotten into 10,000 views and beyond, but she's got a few here, 13,000 and 15,000, and she puts out what I believe is a short. She was putting out a short every day, and I think she's still got shorts coming for a little while longer, and she'll get back into content soon. Live streams on the channel are frequent also, and she was challenged by Crystal Sparkle, who we were talking about earlier, for a series of 12 interviews over the Christmas season, and she did that, and I was lucky to be a part of that. You'll see a lot of familiar faces there and be introduced to some new creators. I Am Betty J Gathers does a great job with that. She's always smiling, always laughing, and she talks about healthy eating and healthy living. Intermittent fasting is a typical subject on her channel as well, and like I said, she's monetized, so hopefully we can push her towards the 2,700 subscribers she's thinking about. And Day One Walks is going to come up. That's Day One Adventures with another channel. If you haven't already given a thumbs up for today's live stream, I hope you will. They really do help. I hope everybody's always giving each other that thumbs up when you're out supporting each other. If you're on a phone, I know you have to turn the chat off to get that done, but you don't lose your place. It only takes a moment. I will appreciate it greatly. Even I have to be reminded to give that thumbs up from time to time, especially when I'm on a phone. So I see that Jevin Richardson is asking Michael's Adventures what's his favorite fast food restaurant. I hope he's going to say White Castle. We don't have that in Canada, and I have driven far out of my way to make sure that I got White Castle when I've been lucky enough to be in the States. Day One Walks is up on the screen right now. I just watched this video. It's an interesting indoor RC car race track, if I'm understanding right. And then Day One Walks is bringing us some more travel-based videos. These are basically complementary to their original channel. So they've got shorts over here that have gotten into 500 and 600 views, one over 3,000, which is great to see. But this is a creator we've known for a very long time. Day One Adventures has been with us for years. Could be 3 years, I think, maybe even longer. Forgive me if I'm wrong. Day One Adventures has got 2,300 subscribers over here, and they are going to bring us a lot of travel, a lot of food reviews by the look of it as well, some extra adventure in trade shows and things like that, Christmas light displays, a lot of adventure and travel, of course. And then when we look at shorts on their original channel, we see 4,500, 5,700, 9,400 views, and live streams. So they brought us a fireworks display a while ago. We'll see if they're going to pick up any more live streams. We got notification bells on for every single channel. White Castle's not the same. I literally bought the mug. I have two different White Castle mugs. I had to take mementos with me when I came back, and they have my favorite fries at White Castle. I'm not sure how far towards the northeast they actually go. I went to one in Newark. That was quite an experience. And then I can't remember for the life of me where else. I've been to most of the major cities in the northeast. As far over, I went as far as, I don't think Louisville, but Cincinnati. I've been to, and then up to Green Bay, and down and over to Ocean City, and forget what city in New Jersey, but New York for sure. Mama Juju Crafton on the back 40 is up on the screen. This is a channel I'm still getting to know as well. 422 subscribers. I'm hoping we can push them towards the 500 they're thinking about. I'm just going to grab their latest video, put that into my catch-up list, and then when we look at their About section, we see that they're going to bring us their growing crafting journey. And they're going to make junk journals, chit-chat, share some lessons learned, which is great to see. It's from YouTube that I learned what junk journals are. We've got lots of friends that make these things. And then live streams on the channel. So up to an hour ago, they were just live, and they've been doing a lot of live streaming frequently. So hopefully I'll catch them. I've got the notification bell on, of course. We all hopefully do for every channel. And then let's spin the wheel. We'll get another channel up onto the screen. And then thank you, 755 Media. And then thank you, Kaiser Gaming YT. I really do appreciate your extra generous support. That's Chris's Clever Craft. He's been with us from the beginning. Cruising on the High Seas and Travel is coming up in a quick second here. And this creator's been doing a lot of food reviews lately as well. Now, they're Canadian, so I recognize all or most of the franchises that I see. They've been doing some interesting thumbnails lately with some AI systems, but you get an idea of some of the things they're reviewing here. McDonald's, some of our pizza franchises. Popeyes, I don't know if that's something that our U.S. friends have. Pita Pit, I think, is Canadian, but I could be wrong. Church's Chicken. Taco Bell is Universal. Mary Brown's, I'm not sure. But lots of food reviews lately is what they're doing more than anything else. I see they got a brand new video from a couple days ago. I'll put that in my catch-up list. That will give me a chance again to catch up with them. And then when we look at shorts on their channel, we see that they've gotten a lot of outdoor shorts, getting into 1,800 and 2,400 views here. Just dropping our link again for the live stream. We're going to go and raid right after Tuber Chat. I hope everybody will come over. Oops, I accidentally dropped that in their chat. It won't come through, I'm sure. Clicking too fast here. Yeah, it doesn't come through. That's okay. Just cruising on the High Seas and Travel. Pardon me. 1,200, 1,800, 2,400. And then as well, live streams on the channel. They're on road to 1,000, by the way. They've got 912 subscribers now, which is great to see. I'm hoping we can push them a little bit farther towards that 1,000. It's an exciting and important milestone, of course. They got a few live streams ready to go. I got notifications on for all of them, of course. We always set notifications for everything. And lots of StreamYard panels here with some familiar friends and familiar faces as well, which is great to see. And they're another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter. Tim Horton is, let me just show you. Tim Hortons is, was Tim Horton a hockey player, I think? Am I not mistaken about that? I should know. And this is a donut franchise, like coffee and donuts, very similar to Dunkin' Donuts, in my opinion, for our American friends. But I think Tim Horton was a hockey player. Scratch and PPA might know, or any of our Canadian friends. Let's look at Paranormal Poet right now. If you have the ability to share this stream, whether it's on a community tab, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Reddit, or on any other social network, I'll appreciate it greatly. It helps get a few more people into Tuber Chat right now and could see this stream pushed out a little bit farther both today and in the coming days, and maybe even weeks ahead as a replay because of the engagement signals sent into the YouTube algorithm when you share. And then Paranormal Poet up on the screen right now, 3,500 subscribers, which is great. This creator has an incredible voice. They're 25 years old, a narrator, they let us know. A couple of nicknames they've picked up for themselves. They got a premiere coming up later, I guess tonight, right? In a few hours. They've got a brand new video here too, so I'm going to put that video on my catch-up list. That'll give me a chance to keep caught up with them. I've caught them for a lot of live streams as well. They've got shorts over here that have gotten into 300 and 400 views and beyond, and then live streams are frequent. They're actually live every few days, which is great to see. So hopefully we'll push them towards the 3,600 we know that they're thinking about. And thank you, everybody, for the time that you spent today. I really do appreciate the extra generous support we've seen. You know, I hope everybody here has connected to all of our moderators. All of them are longtime dear friends of mine. We all know that these live streams couldn't be what they are if it wasn't for their help. I know we've got a lot of friends who try to visit every day, but I appreciate everybody coming by as often as you can. Not every day is as overwhelming as this. Saturdays and Sundays are usually like just overwhelmingly busy. Forgive me for the channels that we did not get to. We get to as many as we can in 3 hours, but we're going to go over to another channel now, and I'll drop the link one more time. Crafty Witch 232 is somebody who's with us just about every day, and obviously another generous, loyal, and dedicated supporter, but they will allow us to meet more friends in their live stream as well. I'll come over there in a few minutes. We'll leave this live stream running like we always do so everybody can clean up their connections here, and then I hope to see you over there. And then the next few Tuber Chat live streams have been posted, so you can plan if you need to. Thanks, everyone, and we'll see you soon. Bye-bye.
Are you out there grinding, day by day, creating your content, trying to find your way? You're dreaming big, but it's hard to stand. You need a crew who understands the plan. From your first of thousands up to the watch time grind, there's a place where creators come to shine. Join the wave, the movement, the vibe. With Tuber Chat, it's your time to thrive. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. The first 4,000 hours to the rising stars. Tuber Chat takes you far beyond the bars. No more struggling on your own. With the fam around, you're never alone. Exclusive perks for those who believe in the power of connection and what you can achieve. Your channel's your vision, we're here to help it grow. Join Tuber Chat, get in the flow. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. You've got the passion, you've got the drive. With Tuber Chat, your channel will thrive. So hit subscribe, join the team. Let's build each other up, live the dream. Are you a small YouTuber looking to connect? Tuber Chat's got your back, come get respect. Grow your channel, get your content seen, with loyalty, badges, and perks so clean. Custom emojis, link drops to get featured and join the crew. Tuber Chat is where you belong. Together we rise, together we're strong. So join the ride, it's time to shine. With Tuber Chat, success you'll find. Let's grow together, it's what we do. The future's bright when we rise with you.